Happy Monday. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Wow, I didn't even check the registrants, JPM. I assume it was close to 4,000 people registered.
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000 people registered. We'll probably get closer to 4,500 when it's all said and done. Before we get into tonight, if you are hearing my voice and you are an affiliate of My Lead System Pro, quick suggestion is that tonight you take right now that weekly marketingwebinars.org link. Put your username on it, and if you haven't done so already, take a moment while I'm going to take maybe 3 or 4 minutes before we bring out the lady of the hour. You're not going to miss anything. Take that weekly market. Hold on, I have it. It's memorized by my fingers. It's
webinars.org.
That's funny, man. My body is memorized that more than my brain has. Like I know where it is on my keyboard. So weeklymarketingwebinars.org. If you are an affiliate, put your username in front of that link and take a moment. I am telling you, we've got something very special tonight with Diane, and the people who you invite are going to get some value. It is when we talk about service and giving your target market content that they love, man, if they are in business and they want to learn how to make the most money possible with their current list, it does not need to, you'll see tonight, it doesn't need to be the size of Manhattan to really build a multi-six-figure business. They will love you for it. If you are an affiliate, take your link before we get into the show tonight. www.weeklymarketingwebinars.org. Replace www with your username and spread that around town. Put it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. If you can real quick sling up an email to any of your contacts who would be interested in how to develop your customers, how to develop an actual list, a customer development. I'm telling you, we haven't done anything like this before. To my knowledge, no one's really focused on this part of the business the way Diane is going to do it tonight. So very cool, something very special, very unique. And I will say this, if you're on this webinar, we're not going to open the chat. We're going to have a few thousand people on here in the next five or 6 minutes. So instead of that, if you go on over to mlspfanpage.com, there's a little pinned post there that you can interact with Diane, myself. We're going to be bringing on some guests a little bit later if you guys have questions. That's where we're going to interact tonight, because we're not going to be able to see the comments anyway if we get a couple thousand people trying to interact with Diane tonight. MLSP fan page, go on over there. It's the pinned post. In fact, go on over there right now and just let us know that you're excited about tonight. Let us know that you're with us. Let us know that you are here to learn about how to really monetize a current list. And really, she's going to prove to you tonight that if you have a list of a couple hundred, I mean, you should be making some money, some money online. And if you have a list of 1,000, if you do what she's going to teach you tonight, with really whatever business you're in, you have a very good shot to be making a couple $1,000s a month. Now, there's no guarantees there, and we're not even sure what type of business model or business product, service offers you're promoting. But if you follow this formula that she's about to go over, you should have a very good shot at 2016 being your very most profitable year ever, and more importantly, develop skill sets that will pay you for life. And that's pretty exciting. So go on over to MLSP fan page. We can interact, say hello. And before we bring her out, a couple leadership levels. And by the way, guys, isn't MLSP, you guys seen what's happening? My goodness. We're not going to talk about it tonight, but there is some very cool stuff. Be on the lookout for leaders like Diane, Ray, Parker, April, Harbert, Ford to be doing some pretty neat stuff here on webinars with some of the bells and whistles. There's going to be a lot of updates to the actual platform inside of My Lead System Pro, so just keep your eyes on your emails over the next few weeks. Very, very cool. And what's even cooler than that is we have leaders popping every single week. Steve Stark, L1, my friend. That is awesome, man. If you ask, I say this all the time, that is the biggest one. You pop your cherry, that is the biggest. I mean, if you ask Diane, she had to hit L6, or excuse me, she had to hit L1 to hit L6. You ask anyone who's gone up through the leaderboards and become a rock star through this platform, you have to hit L1. So Steve, dude, that is the first step. Congratulations, that is huge. L2, we've got Ed Zimbardi, who by chance happens to be our member of the month for January. Congratulations, sir. Laura Parrish, who is just kicking tail. I think she's already on the cusp of L3. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Angel Belichowski, L2, and that was just in the last 5 days. So congratulations to those 4 rock stars who are rolling up their sleeves and getting the thing done and building their business, getting leads, earning affiliate commissions. congratulations. That's why we do what we do here at My Lead System Pro. So I'm going to refresh. I see a lot of people slamming the Facebook fan page. I think you guys are excited. It's a shame I don't want to turn on the chat and bog down what we've got going on. But yeah, man, you guys are right on. Very cool. Very cool. I hope you guys brought some friends, man. The more the merrier. Tonight's going to be a party. Tonight, I'm super excited. I got my pen and paper ready. And we're not going to go do the intro for My Lead System Pro. You're going to get a feel about what MLSP is and if it can help your business or not if you're a guest tonight. And we're going to go straight to the training. You're here to learn how to really build the business, man. You've heard that your list is your number one asset. That's where your money is. Your real business is your list. And we're going to prove that to you tonight. Even more so, we're going to prove that it's not so much the list, it's your relationship with that list. The woman tonight I'm going to bring out right now is someone who has gone on to build a multi-six-figure business for years in this industry, and she said she was okay with us shouting out her list name. I'll let her, or her list size. I'll let her do that when she's ready. But you are going to be astonished, not so much by the list size. It is what it is. It really doesn't matter. But knowing what that is, what she's been able to accomplish. I mean, she's won pretty much all of our biggest affiliate contests. She just won an extra 10 grand last month with My Lead System Pro as an affiliate. She's been the #1 producer and earner in a handful of programs. She can run with any internet marketing, when it comes to affiliate contests, and if not take it, rank very highly. And she's competing with people and marketers who have lists literally 10 times the size of what she's doing or more. And when you take into account the success she's had, the business she's built, the brand that she has, and you realize, you discover here what her list size actually is, it's phenomenal. And I will say, because I don't know what I know a little bit about her business, what she does on the side. And I can only speak for what she does at MLSP because we see those numbers. She, just for the affiliates out there in MLSP, and this is just a testament to what you're going to learn tonight when it comes to customer development and building a list, a responsive list. Her profit member, Diane, you're cool with me saying this, right?
Yeah, because we're going to talk about it, so go for it.
Yeah, cool. Okay, it's on the website. So let me just paint a picture here. Her profit, when you're an affiliate, you can refer MLSP and you can earn money. It's all good, and it's just a side income as you build your business if it serves your market. She is making between $700 and $800 per member that she signs up into this $10 affiliate program. And our second, the most active, highest paying affiliate is less than half of that. And that's not to say that even less than $300-400 a member on a $10 affiliate intro is incredible, right? But that's just to show you that this stuff works. That's why I'm so excited about this, because you don't need a list the size of New York to build whatever business you're doing. I mean, can you imagine $750 in profit, in commissions paid to you on a $10 startup, on a $10 trial? And again, we've got some of the most amazing marketing rock stars in our community. Shout out to all of them. I know a lot of them are on. You guys are just killing it. Love all of you. But Diane's doing something extremely special, and tonight she's going to show you in a way that she's never shown anyone before. So you heard her. I'm going to get off the soapbox. You guys are here for the goods. L6 Rockstar. You see her. Is that the Honey Badger? I don't know if you have that. Is that a different? Okay, I didn't see the cut. It looked like it was.
I'm modeling.
Right on, right on. She's one of 4 Honey Badger L6s, which is our highest active level anyone's ever hit inside of MLSP. There's only 4 of them, and if you look around, we've helped create some of the biggest success stories out there, and she is one of the top 4 that have walked the halls of MLSP. That's very cool. And as I said earlier, a top earner in pretty much whatever she wants to, really whatever she wants to focus on. Point here, people go there, they sign up there, they buy down there, they do what they do because of what she's going to train you tonight. So we're humbled and honored. She's one of our closest friends inside of My Lead System Pro. She trains all day, every day, as a heart of gold. We'll be at Live the Dream speaking. We'll be at our retreat, hopefully speaking as well. And she's just a rock when it comes to attraction marketing and our vision here. Hawkman, I'm excited about tonight, man. I really am. Come on out.
Thank you, Brian. And I want to say, well, we're echoing. Oh, we did get in. Here we go. Brian, it has to be me and you echoing. Are you hearing an echo?
I don't. I can put some. Let me. I don't have a headset down here. Hold on.
No, it's all good because you're gonna probably mute up in a minute. It sounds better now.
I'll mute up right now. I mean, actually, even better.
first of all, what a huge crowd tonight. I just want to thank all of you for being here. And I'm going to do something, as usual, a little unconventional. And I mentioned to Brian I'm going to do something a little unconventional, and he really has no idea what I'm going to do. But I sat down this, and I like making Mr. Finale a little bit nervous. So I sat down this afternoon, and I started to work on what I wanted to say tonight. I knew we were going to have a huge crowd, and I knew we had a lot of people that are really looking for answers. And I started to do the usual thing, which was to make the slides and to tell the story, and then have the pictures of the family and the kids and all that stuff, and the picture of the stack of bills and all of that stuff. And I will tell my story. But I said, you know what? It's been done before. People have heard it before, and quite frankly, I kind of want to jar you a little bit, and I want you to understand just how important what I'm about to teach you is. So I've asked a couple of people, and you guys can turn your cameras on and turn your mics on. I've asked a couple of people to come over here, and I'm going to ask them a couple of questions, and I'm going to have them share something for a minute. And the reason why I'm doing this, hopefully our sound quality will be okay. They're going to be with us for just a minute. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to hear me. Okay? Because what I'm going to talk about tonight, some of you will think you already know this. And some of you will think this is goofy, I'm not going to do this. And some of you will judge some of the techniques and the things I show you. And what I want to do is show you a couple of people that decided to work with me during the month of January on a completely different subject. Okay, it wasn't about list building and customer development, it was about lead generation. And I want you to hear what happened to them, what it was like before, and what it's like now. And then if you find value in what they told you, then I want you to get a notebook, and I want you to settle in, and I want you to let me teach you some stuff. So I'm going to start over here with Angela Rios-Munsinger. Hello, Angela. Is your mic on?
Hi, can you hear me?
I'm good. Angela, do me a favor and just tell people about what's been going on for you during the month of January because you decided to trust me.
Well, the month of January, I did decide to trust you. It was hard in the beginning because I kind of thought you were crazy with the very simple instructions that you gave us. I actually didn't want to do them. I waited about 10 days, and then everybody started getting results, including my husband. And so I decided I better jump on board. So I followed exactly what you said, the exact instructions that you gave us to a T. It took me about a week to get my first 10 leads, and then the floodgates opened. And yesterday alone, we pulled in 19 leads for the day. And so far, we've generated just under 100 leads in 20 days.
In 20 days?
Yes.
And Angela, let me ask you a question. When I told you what I wanted you to do, did it sound idiotic?
It did. It just sounded too simple and kind of like, I don't really want to do this type of stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. And how much did it cost you to get just about 100 leads in the last 20 days?
Zero. Nothing at all.
Okay. So, Angela, would you recommend that, and we're not talking about lead generation right now tonight, guys. That's another topic, and we have tons of training on lead generation inside of My Lead System Pro for those of you that are members. But do you think, based upon what happened to you so far during the month of January, and it's not even over yet, do you think that you would recommend to people that they might want to listen to some of my techniques on list building and list development?
I would absolutely suggest that you listen to everything she has to say. It works.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Nathan. And you guys can go ahead and mute up and take off and come enjoy the webinar and take some notes, and then maybe at the end we'll pull you back. Sure. We're going to come over here to Clive Jeffries. Clive, would you do the same thing? Would you share with everybody where you were before, back in December, what your feelings were when you first decided to come listen to what I was teaching you, and then what happened over the last 3 weeks?
Yes, most definitely. I was generating leads, and I was using paid stuff. But being a non-techie baby boomer, my leads were quite expensive, and they were averaging like $5 to $7 a lead. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of people I know when they start, they say, if just someone would just tell me what to do, and I'll do it, and that's what we're all looking for. But then you started telling us, and again I was like, really, But then it came back to me that no, I said I would just follow instructions, and the old Karate Kid thing, wax on, kept coming to mind. And so I said, okay, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to do it. And yeah, for the month of January, I'm just over 90 leads now, and they haven't cost me a cent. And I've got 2 sign-ups in that time as well. So, most definitely listen to what Diane's got to say, because she knows her stuff. That's for sure.
Clive, was I a little forceful with you guys in the beginning to get you to listen to what I was telling you?
Yes.
Look at Cole's head going, yeah. Was I forceful with you guys?
Yeah, no, it was good because it helped install the belief in us. But I think we all needed, because I think everyone was so skeptical, myself included, because it just seemed, well, that can't possibly all we have to do. It just can't be right. So yeah.
So Clive, let me ask you one more question. So when Brian before was saying if you could get a list the way I teach to do it, not just any old list, guys, let me be clear, but if you could get a list of 100 people that you could start making some money, and Brian says that sounds kind of unbelievable. But based upon your experience with me over the last month, do you think it's possible now?
I reckon, for sure.
He said reckon. I wanted to know if people from his area of the world said reckon. I thought I thought they were teasing me when they said reckon, but apparently they do. And I am corrected in public. So, all right, you can mute up and take off. Thank you, Clive.
Thank you.
We'll probably get you back at the end or during the week. Nicole Howard, you cutie patootie.
Hey.
Tell everybody the same thing. Where were you, a month ago? What's happened for you this month? And, what were your thought processes as you went through it?
Yeah, so I have been in and out of the industry for about 10 years. Never really found huge success online and kept trying, and just nothing was working the way I wanted it to. So a friend shared this with me, and I was like, I might as well jump in and see what happens. I got 143 leads in the last 2 weeks, and I honestly have not seen that online for the last 10 years. So it's been pretty awesome.
Nicole, what did you think when I first started telling you about the techniques we would be using?
I thought they were too easy. I was like, this is too easy to be true, but I was like, I'll just go for it and see. So it was pretty cool.
And did you find that it was an evolution, that I was taking you step by step and building a skill set for you?
Yeah, I really liked how that went through and how you implemented everything, because it kind of set it up for me going, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense, and made it work.
One last question. Do you feel confident now that you'll be able to generate leads for the rest of your career?
Heck yes.
Good. Great. You can mute up and take off and come enjoy the webinar. Hopefully enjoy. And then last but not least, my beautiful Teresa Madden, who's been working with me for a while. And Teresa's been working with me for a while, and she didn't have the results that she has this month until recently. So Teresa, tell everybody where you were, tell everybody what happened, and tell everybody what changed.
Well, I've been working online for quite a few years, and I was just dead in the water. I tried to get leads, and I couldn't get leads. I was just doing everything I knew to get leads, and even working with Diane, there just wasn't something that was clicking. And finally, this month, it just clicked. It's like, okay, I'm going to do exactly to the letter, exactly what Diane said, even though I know how to do more, because it wasn't working. And finally, now I know the why of what she's telling us to do. And I got 84 leads in 7 days. And I'm unstoppable now. I know that I'm unstoppable.
Thank you, Teresa. And you're great. You can mute up and take off. And a lot of the team that we worked with during the month of January is on the leaderboards for their very first time. They've had results for the very first time. And the secret to it, and again, what we're going to talk about tonight is a completely different topic. That was lead generation. This is twisting your list, learning how to take a small list and turn it into something truly, truly, truly profitable. And the secret behind what went on this month is I just decided that I was going to be I knew that if somebody did what I told them to do, it was going to work. And if somebody didn't want to do it, I didn't try to convince them anymore. And so tonight, my friends, I'm not going to try to convince you. I am not going to show you pictures of a fabulous lifestyle and tell you all of this stuff because, quite frankly, I don't need to tell you about it. I live it. I started 16 years ago. I was a broke housewife. I had bills accumulating. I had left my job to be home with my kids. They were, at the time, they were 3 and 6. I wanted to be home with them. And actually, I left my job a little earlier to be home with them, and then a couple of years went by that I didn't work, and I built up the debt. And I stumbled into the home business industry, and I thought maybe there was a way for me. It was network marketing, and I thought maybe I could make this work. And truthfully, I made it work out of the gate. Okay, so I don't have the story. I mean, I was broke before I got into the industry, but I don't have the story about how I screwed up and I struggled and I this, and that. Guys, I made money the very first week, truthfully. And why? I don't know. Maybe because I was desperate and I needed the money. I think that had a lot to do with it. Maybe because for whatever reason, I saw my business through the eyes of a merchant. You know, there could have been a myriad of reasons, but I made money the very first week. And that was working with friends and family exactly the way that they had told us to do. But after a period of time, just like happens to pretty much everybody, I ran out of people. I started my business in October. Everybody went on the products. Everybody, you know, bought some stuff to be cool. And then, you know, come December, it was Christmas time, and everybody promptly quit. So for a couple months, I did really well. And then I hit that wall, and now it was time to learn a way to attract people. And I did all the stuff that everybody, you know, was supposed to do. I prospected, you know, locally at the mall, at the supermarket, you know, the stuff like, oh, I see you're getting some bananas. You must be health conscious, you know, all that great stuff. I littered bathrooms. And I think about it now, I littered every bathroom in the state of Connecticut. You could not take a pee-pee without reading my flyer. Anywhere, anytime. We hung signs on poles, and most of the things I'm describing to you guys now are very illegal. Do not hang signs on poles, you'll get arrested. You know, we, you know, hit every laundromat and every bulletin board, and we did all of this. And then, and I don't remember what year it is, and one of these days I'm going to have to look it up, probably 2001, a bunch of things started happening to me. I was staying up late, you know, on the internet back then, which was, you've got mail, you know, that was the internet, and trying to learn different things. And I bought a course about attraction marketing, which I learned about how to get people to come to me. And I had actually the first thing happened was I discovered what an autoresponder is. Now, most of you guys know what an autoresponder is, but in case anybody doesn't, it's a piece of software that allows you to email a bunch of people all at one time. And that was revolutionary to me because I at the time, this was before the spam laws. Oh, those gosh darn spam laws, because it was pretty great. You would buy leads from someone, you'd throw them in this autoresponder, you were allowed to send 4 letters, no kidding, Brian, 4 letters, somebody else wrote the letters, I would dump the leads in, they were $1 a lead, and literally money would come out the other side. It was like an ATM machine. It was absolutely incredible. It was just this like window, and I was like the only chick that was willing to try it. You know, I was hanging out with all these computer nerds, and I was like the evil person at my company because I was doing this autoresponder thing. And everything changed, guys. The laws changed. What you could do, you can no longer just send emails to anybody and everybody. But this was when everybody got 3 emails a day. It was so exciting. It's just like now I'm into Snapchat. I don't know if you guys are into Snapchat. Snapchat's a fun little new thing. And if I get like 4 snaps a day, I'm like all excited because it's super fun. Pretty soon it'll be like 10,000 and I'll be like, stop it. But back then it was 3 emails a day, so people liked spam. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. So everything changed, and the internet changed, and social media changed, and all this other stuff started to happen. And what I realized is that spamming as a way of business wasn't going to be my answer, and I realized that a lot of things weren't going to be my answer. And what I did was I created a personal newsletter, because I didn't like this feeling that I was sending people cheesy, salesy, heavy-handed sales stuff. It just didn't feel right to me. And I'll explain why in a few minutes, why it didn't, and why it does work in some circumstances, but why for me it wasn't a good answer. And I just would sit up late at night. I don't know if any of you guys, write me on the Facebook wall. I'll look in a minute. Anybody stay up late at night and search and Google? There wasn't a Google then, but search and try to find the way. Anybody do that like I did? I know you do. And I just started putting pieces together. I started thinking about the corner store in my neighborhood. I had grown up in New York City, in Brooklyn. I don't know, all my New York people are here. I knew that every day, almost every single day, my family shopped in one store. We bought, other than the stuff that we went down to the avenue for, almost everything we bought in that store. We bought milk, and we bought toilet paper, and we bought cold cuts, and we bought whatever. And I knew that when I walked into the store, the guy who owned the store, named Paul would say, "Hey, Diane, how are you today?" I was a little girl. "Hey, tell your mom we have some nice tomatoes." He didn't try to push anything on me or my mom or anybody in our family, and yet we somehow went in his store every single day, which was interesting because you'd think the guy would be trying to sell us like crazy, but Paul would always let you know what he had that day. He'd let you know what was good, or if some new cold cuts came in, or if there was particular fruit that was good that he got at the market that morning, and he'd also tell you the truth and tell you if something was bad. Think about it. He'd say, "Oh no, don't get those today. They're not so good." Or I didn't get any oranges because they were all beaten up. I'll have some on Wednesday. And so we shopped in the store, and I started thinking about Paul, and I started thinking about neighborhood stores, and I started thinking about another thing that is one of my interests, and I'll reveal myself and embarrass myself. But I love like Las Vegas and casinos. I love penny slots. I love penny slots. And the thing that's interesting about casinos, about retail businesses, about pretty much any corporation that's running some type of business with customers, including McDonald's and Burger King and anywhere you go, they have a program that is designed to take you from somebody who spends a little bit to somebody who spends a lot. Okay, so we have neighborhood stores that have a relationship with you that gets you to come in time and time again. And then we have big corporations, which is the opposite of the neighborhood store, the mom and pop. These big corporations that have a plan. Target has a plan to get you to buy more. Walmart has a plan to get you to buy more. Casinos have a plan to get you to spend more. They give you incentives and do different things to get you to buy more, to get you to come over and over and over again. In the meantime, I was learning about network marketing, and they said there's only 3 ways to increase your business. I don't know if you guys have heard this. I'm sure you have, because I didn't make this up. I don't know who originally taught it to me. There's only 3 ways to increase your business. Get new customers, which is the hardest and most expensive. Clive just told you it was costing him $7 a lead. Not $7 to get a customer, $7 to get a lead. Do you know how much money he would have to make in profit, to convert them into customers at that cost? I mean, is it possible to be profitable at that cost? Yeah, it is, depending if you're selling something high ticket. But generally speaking, it's very hard to turn a profit like that. So one is to, and write these down, guys. I could have made slides. I'm a delinquent. I do better when I talk to you instead of have pictures and all that stuff. One is get more customers. And of course, we all want more customers, but they're hard to get. Anybody know that? They're hard to get, and they're expensive to get. The second thing to do is to get your existing customers to buy more often, right? So, for example, Paul might have sold us milk, and then he would get us to buy eggs. Or, for example, today, you probably get emails or texts from a local company that you frequent, and they send you a special to get you to come in more often. I got a couple today saying, hey, this is, a special percentage off or whatever, to get you to come in more often. And then the last thing that you can do to increase your business is to get people to spend more per purchase. So my brain started ticking around, and I said, well, if I become like a mom and pop store, people will come back to me over and over and over again. Instead of like this one-hit wonder, get them in, close them, get it done, I could be that friendly neighborhood helpful person. Okay, and that's really why I become in attraction marketing. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows they can reach out and ask me a question. Everybody, wants to hear my opinion on something. Everybody's checking things out. I mean, tonight we have a huge crowd on this webinar, right? I've become the neighborhood go-to person in my space. Anybody can do that. And here's what's really cool. The corner store in my neighborhood, if you went down 3 blocks, there was another corner store. So you don't have to think, oh, somebody's already doing that. Because you could go down 3 blocks and open another store. Or if you didn't want to open a store, you could have opened a laundromat 2 doors down. So there's always plenty of room for somebody to set themselves up and establish themselves. And then I started to figure out if I could just get a few customers going and I treated them right, what I could do is get them to buy more often, come to the store more often, and I could get them to spend more per ticket. I could develop them. And I want you to think for a minute and think about what kinds of companies have developed you into spending more. Did your cable company get you on the basic deal, but then they added Showtime, HBO, and Cinemax, and your bill went from, like $20 to $70? Did the cell phone company get you in the door and you were going to get a free phone and you'd sign up for the service and it was like $30, and the next thing you know you had 4 more phones and a tablet on there and this and that? My cell phone bill for my household is about $400. It's like, how did that happen? Okay? This is what they do. They develop you. They get you to add something on, often on a residual basis. The next thing you know, you peek down at your bill and it's huge. But you're not mad because you kind of like your Cinemax and you kind of like your HBO and you kind of like all the cool things on your phone. And of course you want your kid turned 12, you got to get him a phone. You don't resent spending more. Sometimes you go, oh, I shouldn't spend so much. But generally speaking, they've developed you. So I went from corner store to customer development. And then the last thing was something that I learned as I went along about cold market. Cold market guys are strangers, okay? And most people, when they get on the internet, what they want to do is they don't want to talk to anybody anymore. Okay, this was me, by the way. I bought a course that said, the people will call you, you don't have to call them. And I said, that's for me. I don't want to do any of this hard work anymore. And I went and bought this course. Now, the course detailed that you had to do more than that. But people, what happens is they get on the internet and they decide, like Clive did, I'm going to go out and I'm going to work cold market. And they go out and they start spending money on advertising. And they don't realize that when you're working with strangers, you have to have a skill set that's very, very, very skilled. You have to learn how to run an ad that's going to convert. You have to learn how to create a page that's going to convert. You have to learn how to create an offer that's going to convert. And then you have to learn how to follow up with them in a way that's going to convert. And it's a skill set. There's 4 skills right there that most people don't have when they get started. And I know I didn't. I was a housewife. I didn't know anything about any of that stuff. I had no sales background. I had no web background. I couldn't design a page. I didn't know how to write copy. I didn't know how to do anything. So I said, well, I can't really deal with strangers. Because, and if you wanted to deal with strangers like going out and talking to people, well, you have to be pretty good. You have the gift of gab. I was shy, so I wasn't very good at that. And I knew that the what I call the hot market, and by the way, there's a little training you guys will get for this. The hot market was like friends and family, and to this day, it's 16 years later, and they still make fun of me. I was on the phone with my mom today. My father was yelling from down the hall. I'm taking them on a cruise shortly for their 50th anniversary. I just bought him a cruise. I surprised him at Christmas, taking him away. And my father is still making fun of me and doesn't know what I do for a living. So trying to work with your hot market, if you guys have done that, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, the people you work with, etc., that gets a little rough. So I started to put together the concept of the local corner store, the mom and pop. Okay, in a day and age when it's been lost, because unless you live in a city, There is no more mom and pop. It's Walmart, and it's Kmart, and it's this mart, and it's that mart, and it's all big mega stores where there's no relationship with the people, really, that which is the equivalent of a website with no person to talk. You ever get frustrated? You buy something from a website and you can't talk to a human being. They don't have a phone number. It's frustrating. So mom and pop store, customer development. How did these companies learn to get me to spend more, and buy more often? And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, today, because of social media and because of the way the internet works in sites like Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, we could create a market of people that either knew us, had met us somewhere on Facebook or somewhere, or more importantly, feels like they know us. Okay? I'm sure many of you tonight feel like you know me. You haven't met me face to face yet. We haven't given each other a hug. We haven't sat down and had a glass of wine or whatever you like. We can have milk. We haven't hung out together. And I'm watching the names go by, and I feel like I know you too. So many of you. And if I haven't gotten to know you yet, I'm dying to know you. But there is this market, your warm market, that you can develop on the internet in a way that we've never been able to before. And what I decided to do, and you put that together with the magic of an autoresponder, and I started to create a personal newsletter, and this is what we're going to talk about tonight, because this is how I twist my list. I created a newsletter. Everybody goes, well, what should your newsletter be about? Should it be about, info products, or should it be about your MLM, or should it be about this, or should it be about that? How should I write it? What should I do? And everybody overcomplicates it. I started a newsletter that was about the people that were around me, what they wanted to hear, what was helpful to them, and I started to put people on this newsletter. Now, originally, you guys are going to, this is one of those things I told you before, I'm going to tell you some things tonight you're going to turn your nose up at. You're going to go, can't be like that. Can't be like that. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what I told the group of people you heard. That, by the way, the 4 people you heard from before, 3, 4, whoever, 4, that's just a sampling. That's just a tiny bit of the people that had these crazy results this month. And those are not the best results. I mean, they're awesome results, but those people that you just heard from at the beginning of this webinar are not the highest numbers. We had one girl that had over 300 leads for free during the month of January. Hello. Seriously. Hello. Okay? When I first told them what I wanted them to do, pretty much 100% of them said, no way. And they said, it can't be that easy, and it can't work like that. And I said, whatever you want to do, trust me, don't trust me, I'm telling you to do it. And a whole bunch of them decided to sit back and watch, but there was a crew of them that said, all right, I'll do it. And they followed my directions, and truthfully, they struggled through the first week. They struggled to get 10 leads. I said, go do this thing and do it until you have 10 leads. Once you have 10 leads, I will show you how to do something else. And you guys will know who you are. You're watching tonight. There were people that just every single day, I don't have any leads. I'm doing so much. I don't have any leads. It's not working. It's not working. And then I had another crew of people that decided, you know what, I'm just going to tweak it a little bit because I know some things. I learned some things on some webinar somewhere or other. I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to change it. I'm not going to do what she says. I'm going to just do this one little thing to kick it up a notch. They struggled. Then there was another crew of people that decided that they were just going to just go off and do their own thing because they were above it. And I said, think of Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. If you will do what I say, if you will listen to my instruction, what will happen is you will struggle to get 10 leads. For those of you that don't remember the movie The Karate Kid, I want you to go get it this weekend. Go find it. It's probably on Netflix or something. Go watch it. Young Daniel is sitting there, And he's like, what the freak? This Japanese guy wants me to wax his car. I came here to learn karate. He wants me to wax his car. What is he, nuts? And by the way, that happens a lot of times in attraction marketing. People don't understand the concept, and they go, they want me to promote their stuff. I want to get people for my MLM. I don't want to do that. Wax on, wax off. And the few that said, all right, I had 181 people in this group, by the way. The few that said, I'm going to do it, after about 5-6 days, they got 10 leads. And I said, okay, good children, good Daniel-san, good. Do this one tweak. Do this one tweak. And they went and they did the one tweak. And I had people come back and go, oh my gosh, I got 10 leads today in one day. How could that be that they struggled to get 10 leads? It took them a week, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, struggling, agonizing, coming back over and over and over, belly aching. This doesn't work. Some of them decided that they thought they'd try something else because I was crazy because they had invested all of 5 days. Clearly, it's time to change your plan. 10 leads in a day. Then they were coming back and going, oh my gosh, I'm on the leaderboards. Now, guys, those of you that are visiting tonight, My Lead System Pro, we have an incredible community here. We've been here for 8 years, and we do have, some boards that tell everybody, who's bringing in leads and who's, bringing in members and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. Most companies have a leaderboard. These people were calling me up and crying because they were on the leaderboard for the first time. And then what was happening is somebody would put up a screenshot that they were on the leaderboard, and everybody else was discovering they were on the leaderboard too. And all of a sudden, over the course of 10, 15 days, because they did wax on, wax off. And by the way, I'm getting back to twist your list. I'm going to explain this because the reason why I'm telling you this is I'm about to tell you something that's so stupid simple that out of the 1,500 or so that you are here, or however many there are, there's a lot of people on here. I know there's probably about 1,500 people here. Most of you will think it's ridiculous. And most of you, even though I teach it to you absolutely free with no obligation tonight, will not do it. And most of you will think it's stupid. Can't be that easy. I'm going to go do that other stuff. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. Woman's nuts. Well, guys, I'm nuts to the tune of having made $500,000 in the affiliate program right here in this community, having won contest after contest. I've gotten those big. I should have brought down my big check. The big checks, like on the Publishers Clearinghouse. They bring to your door and knock on your door and go, "You won." I've gotten those. I've won laptops. I've won trips. I've been to Paris. I've been to Jamaica. I've been here and there and there. I've won, iPads and phones and all this other stuff. And when I show you in a minute the size of my list compared to the big boys that I've been playing with, you're going to be shocked. Brian was shocked. The question is, will you believe me? The question is, will you do the things I show you? The question is, will you get your ego out of the way? And guys, I'm forceful. You know why? I'm passionate. I was a broke housewife. And here I just came back from a cruise in November. Then I was in Vegas. I'm going on another cruise in a week. I'm going back to Hong Kong. I was in Hong Kong last year. I'm all over. Brian makes fun of me. We were trying to book dates for this, and he goes, when are you going to be home? I'm like, I don't know. Some people are going, well, I wouldn't want to travel that much. You don't have to. I like it. My kids are grown. I can go where I want. Maybe in a year I'll want to stay home. So I have these people, wax on, wax off. They're crying. They're freaking out. Then the sales started coming in. And they're like, oh, my gosh. And they're realizing that they're performing at the same level as some of the very top people in this industry. And they saw their names up there with people that they have looked up to and thought that they were the gods. And in a moment, they realized they had it too. So you take a great lady like Teresa, and she is performing at that level that I'm having her train other people how to do it. And you take a mom like Nicole, who's for 10 years has been trying to figure this out. She wants to be with her kids. And all of a sudden, like, boom, she just walked in the door. Somehow she ended up meeting me. She got into this class. And boom, her and her friend Lindsay are like rocking it out. They're all over the place. The girls are like just crushing it. You take Angela and Nathan, and it's funny because Nathan started doing it, and Angela was like, no, Angela, making fun of you, but I love you, and you know I do. Angela's like, I'm not doing that. And then Nathan's like, all right, I'll do it. And it's happening. And then she's like, okay, I'll do it. 88 leads or whatever the number was. I mean, guys, seriously. So if I show you the simplest of simplest, but I explain to you that there's a skill set that builds, and you have to do the simple. You have to do the simple. What I explained to folks at the beginning, at the end of December, when I was talking about doing that course, when I had the idea for it, I said, guys, a lot of people are doing this fancy dancy stuff, and they look very important. They're all broke. And a whole lot of people came to me and they said, I'm one of those people. I look really good. Like you look good on paper. I look really good on the internet. I'm not generating leads and I'm not making money. They realize there is a skill set. And guys, you can't jump to junior year when you haven't taken freshman. So the question is, it's 2016. Some of you are brand new. You're in the best possible position because you can start to build a list that will allow you to create revenue and you're going to be the mom and pop. You're going to have people coming back to you over and over and over again. You're going to learn how to get them to buy and upgrade what they're buying so that they're spending with you. Can you imagine that? Per person that comes in the door on a $10 trial, I make almost $800. More than double what my colleagues make with this little tiny list. Now, I'm not sitting here, let's do the old MLM line. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you. Guys, I'm not telling you that to make a big deal. I'm trying to tell you that if you are a mom, it's possible to do this in a couple hours a day. Or dad, by the way, no discrimination here. If you're a parent that wants to be home with your kids, heck, I like families that have both parents home. I think it's even better. I love doing that. If you're a parent and you want to be home with your kids and you only have a couple of hours because the kids are like eating crayons or stuffing things up their nose or something, you really need to be with them. What I'm about to teach you is for you. If you have a loved one that you need to take care of and you want to be available to them and you have a couple of hours a day and you want to be around them and love them and take care of them like they did to you when you were a baby, this is for you. If you are somebody who's working a full-time job because you are taking care of your family and taking responsibility, holding the benefits and doing what you need to do to bring up your kids and everything else, but you want a future, you want to build a nest egg, you want to have something for later, you want to be like me, I'm going to be 49 in a couple of months, I'm going to be 50 soon, always traveling the world. You want to have that early retirement, that future. Or maybe you're like I was, I knew I needed to make money. I paid for both of my kids to go to college cash. Hello, hear that one again. Paid for my kids to go to college cash. So maybe you have responsibilities and you need the money for it. It's time to stop fooling around. It's time to stop playing games. It's funny, I'm looking at the numbers to see if I'm pissing people off. So far, if I'm pissing you off, you're talking behind my back because nobody's leaving. Hopefully, everybody's still with me because I'm building up and I'm asking you, do you want me to show you? Do you want me to talk about it? Or should we just paint you another pie-in-the-sky picture? Because that's the one thing, and maybe the reason for my success all these years is I don't believe in pie in the sky and rainbows and unicorns. Okay, I believe in reality. I needed leads and I needed money. I needed leads and I needed money. And if I didn't do it today, I was going to be in trouble tomorrow. I couldn't let a week go by without revenue. I was going to have to go back and get a job and leave my kids. So I just took a boatload of people and I said, I'm Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. I'm going to take you from 0 to 100 if you'll let me. And the ones that trusted me and the ones that listened and the ones that followed every direction I gave them step by step are sitting on top of hundreds of leads. And now this month it's time for me to teach them, now what? Now what? And that's what we're talking about tonight. So here's the first thing I want you guys to understand. If you have an autoresponder, and by the way, we use a Weber, GetResponse. There's different ones out there. There's free ones. I don't recommend you use a free one. I think you should invest $20, $30 in your business, and you should have an autoresponder. In fact, if the world crashed tomorrow and I had to still run my business and I had to strip myself of everything, it's the one tool it would be the last thing I'd let go. You know how like when you're in financial distress, some people will get rid of cable and other people just won't let it go. Some people will get rid of their cell phones, other people won't let it go. If I had to strip down to bare bones, the one thing I cannot run my business without is an autoresponder, okay? And I would go in and I would set up a list in that autoresponder. And by the way, when you get the autoresponder, there's instructions. I can teach you how to do it. It's easy. Look, I'm a dingbat. I don't know how to run anything, and I know how to run these. Watch a couple of videos, shut it up. It's really not hard. And I would set up a list, and I would call it Diane's newsletter, Johnny's newsletter, Nick's newsletter, Nathan's, Linda's, Brad's, Julie. I'm just looking at people that are running by. Hi, Julie. Arthur's here. My buddy Arthur. And I would call it Arthur's newsletter. Okay? And I would get that kind of rigged up and set up. And then, as I started to meet people, or did videos, or ran ads, there's all different techniques to get people to your newsletter. All you're going to do is say, and write this down, I have a great newsletter. I think it would really help you out. Would you like me to put you on it? Okay? And what you want to do is every time you make a video, you want to say at the end, I have a great newsletter. It would really help you out with great training and tips. Let me give you the address. Go put your name and email in. I'm looking forward to giving you some help. Okay? I don't care if it's weight loss. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if you're selling gym equipment. I don't care if you're selling pickles, because you can have a great pickle newsletter. Okay? You can have a newsletter in any arena whatsoever. Some of you guys are thinking, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? For one night, let go of what about this? And what about that? And listen to what I'm telling you. You set up a newsletter. You go ahead and you program in one letter, which says something to the effect of, hey, I'm really glad you joined my newsletter. I'm going to be sending out some really great tips and tricks about blank, whatever your topic is. If there's anything you need, feel free to give me a shout, hit reply, or give me a call. Here's my number. That's the first letter. I'll say it again, because people are worried, and you don't need to write this down, guys. I'm just giving you a vibe. Hey, I'm really glad you joined my newsletter. I'm going to be sending you out some great tips and tricks about blank, about pig breeding. I don't know what, if you're Burt Bledsoe. By the way, he has new goats coming soon. I just want you to know that. My ham hock is going to be a poppy. I'm very excited. If you guys don't know about ham hock and the goats, story for another day. First letter. Got a great newsletter. I mean, it's like, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining my newsletter. I'm going to be sending you out some great tips and tricks about blank. If there's anything I can do for you, feel free to hit reply or give me a call. Johnny. That's your first letter. No, Diane, it can't be like that. It has to be slick. It has to close them. I have to trigger them. I have to get them to an offer. I have to give them an embedded command. I took NLP. I know all about. No. Because you know what happens the first time you move into a neighborhood and you walk into the corner store? The guy behind the deli counter goes, hey, how are you doing? Welcome. Because he knows you're new. What can I help you with? I'm looking for some tomato soup and cheese for grilled cheese. Great, tomato soup's over there. What kind of cheese you want? I'll slice it up for you. It's not that, it's not that earth-shattering, right? So your first letter, your first move is always, anytime you meet someone or anytime you create a piece of content, you say, hey, I have a great newsletter. And you can either say, would you like to be on it, if you're talking to someone in person, or you tell them where to go to sign up. Here's another trick, guys. If you have a smartphone, if you don't, go buy one tomorrow. You can't run your business without a smartphone, okay? Go get a used one. Doesn't matter to me. If you're using a Weber, A-W-E-B-E-R, the autoresponder service, if you're using a Weber, they have a great little app you can download. It's called Atom, A-T-O-M, A-T-O-M. A lot of people go, this stuff is too complicated. I can't do it. It's complicated. I get confused. I don't know how to run those things. Guess what? You put the little app on your phone. You guys can probably see this. You meet someone. You start talking about whatever your thing is, right? Because everybody, guys, if you meet someone that's already in business and they tell you they're in this business and you're in that business, and you say, hey, I have a great newsletter with tips on marketing health and wellness products. Would you like me to put you on it? Could be by Facebook chat, it could be in person, it could be an email. And they go, sure, because nobody ever says no to that. You go, great. And then you're like, I don't have a capture page, I don't know what to do. Great, put this little thing on your phone, and then you type in Brian, and then I put Brian Finale at he'stheking.com. I hit the button, and Brian is now on my list. It's magic. Okay, so I've gone from struggling, trying to build all this stuff, trying to be the author, trying to pose for glamour shots, you know, like graphics and all this other stuff that everybody is doing, because we got to be fancy, we got to be professional, we got to brand ourselves. I'm like this dingbat housewife sitting at the corner of a dining room table saying, hey, that's awesome, Joe, I have a great newsletter about that. You know, it'd probably help you out. Would you like me to put you on it? Joe goes, yeah. And I go, great, and I put Joe on my list. Now Joe gets a nice letter and says, hey, I'm so glad you joined my newsletter. I'm going to be sending you out some great tips and tricks. Make sure you open up my letters. It's going to be great stuff. If you need anything, hit reply or give me a call. Oh, and guess what he does? He feels so safe because he's warm market, because he saw your video and he got on your thing, or he met you in a chat room and he got on your thing, or maybe he met you through somebody else on Facebook, right? He actually hits reply, and he goes, hey, I'm excited about getting your tips. And the next thing you know, you start talking to the guy, and now you're able to show him whatever you want to show him. It is literally that easy. Now, I've just given you the fundamental, stupidest, simple, like it can't be that easy, you got to be kidding me, Hochman tip. The question is, will you be like the people that came to me last month and said, I really want to build a business, I really want to build a business. Oh, no. Can't be that. No, I won't do that. Can't be that. Or will you be like the people that you saw earlier that said, all right, I'm going to give it a whirl. And the next thing you know, they had all this action going. Now, once you get this going, the sky's the limit, because you can learn every technique. It's taken me years to hone this down, guys. But now I am at a point where I have, and I'll show you in a minute, I have literally written 2 emails and done a quick little webinar and earned, you know, just recently, $11,000. 2 emails, and by the way, I am not making a claim. These results are not typical. I am not saying you're going to get these results if you do these different tactics, but I do know that it's possible, and I do know that a lot of people do. One time, just for fun, I decided to work 2 launches the same week. So I was working 1 launch with a company that was opening up. I put in 103 people, and then I worked another product launch that was an info product, and I sold the most of those, and I got a $10,000 bonus check. So I put in 103 people over here, and I got a $10,000 bonus check. I didn't call a soul. I didn't do much except write a couple of emails. Not exaggerating. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm swearing on my children. And anybody who's a parent knows I'm not screwing around. I have sat and won contests, like here at My Lead System Pro. A couple years ago, we had this one contest, and it was to get that big check, and I just wanted the picture. The money's great. I can make money on demand. I wanted the picture. And everybody was like, everybody ran all these ads and did all this stuff, and you know, they did all this stuff, and nobody had a clue that I had crushed them, and I had done like double what they did. I don't have the exact numbers, so I don't know exactly, but I know I did about double. I just recently won 2 back-to-back contests here, and everybody was like, you know, okay, she won the first one, great, and then Brian announced a new one, and I went and crushed that one. All the power of email, and all the power of not just email, but the power of the relationship I've developed and the techniques I've developed and the different ways that I do this. So guys, I'm going to show you something now, a special project that I put together. And at the end, we'll take some questions and stuff like that. But for some of you, you're intrigued. For some of you, you're kind of excited about what I just talked about. Some of you are thinking it's too stupid simple. And some of you are thinking, you know what, those other guys, if they did that, what if I learned how to build this list? And I'm telling you now, if you get 10 people on that list, the way I teach you, you're going to start to see some results. If you get 100 people on that list, you'll be making some money. And Again, I don't have scientific evidence to this, so please, I'm putting like a big fat disclaimer. I cannot prove this. It's just my observation. But if you develop the type of list that I show you how to develop, if you get to 1,000 people that come through the channels I teach you, that trust you, that have a relationship with you. I'm not talking about 10,000, 1,000 strangers that you ran a solo ad for. If you do what I tell you to do, 1,000 people, I promise you, you'll be full-time. Now, not full-time at the high levels, but full-time at a basic rudimentary, average American salary level. 1,000 people on a list. And then before I show you the special project, I'm going to do true confessions because, and I've been embarrassed. I've never shown this to anybody. And even when I work in my autoresponder in classes, I kind of hide it because I don't want to be embarrassed amongst my colleagues because it's kind of pathetic. My real working list, not the ones that if somebody was running a co-op or something, I'd take some shares just to see if anything worked out. I have some old lists hanging around. Remember, I've had this autoresponder for years and years and years. My real, actual list that gives me my living. And again, remember I told you guys, just here alone, I've made over $500,000. Here alone. And a big bulk of that was made in the last year, in fact. My working list that I travel the world with, that I do all these things with, that I make all this money with, that I live this life with, is only 4,500 people. And when I'm competing with lists that are 100,000, with my little rinky-dink housewife, 4,500 people, and I know in my heart and in my soul, and Brian's watched me, I know I can take down anybody. I know I can. And you can too. If you'll just take it down to basics. So, with that being said, and with some of the tips I've given you, the concepts. So here are the 3 concepts I gave you. 1, go-to person, corner store concept. Okay, go-to person. Everybody's so busy trying to get people and convince people. The corner store doesn't have to get or convince anyone because the corner store is the corner store. You need milk, you're going to go get it at the corner store. Okay, they have a relationship with you, and their location is good. You're going to go to they don't have to convince you. And if you walked into the corner store a couple times a week and they tried to sell you, you'd be really offended. You'd leave. And yeah, you go in there and buy stuff all the time. Okay, then customer development. Learning how to offer things that cause people to increase their spend with you. How do I get $785 off of a $10 trial? Most people, they start the $10 trial and they put in all these people. Right? You ever see everybody going, I have a new member, 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 but they're not ranking up because the members don't stay. And that's in every company across the board. They're like crushing it, putting all these people in because it's like slam, 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 slam. There's no retention, so there's no long-term increasing per customer value. That's what I'm all about, increasing per customer value in a massive way. So that's the second concept. And then the third concept is this personal newsletter, which is so simple to do. Personal newsletter. Okay? So let me show you what I'm working on, show you what I have for you guys tonight that some of you guys may be interested in. And again, let me be really clear, and I'm obnoxious, and you could say so in public if you want. I don't like Hochman. Go write it on the board. Hochman's an idiot. Hochman's crazy. Hochman sucks. I have zero need to convince you that what I'm about to show you is valuable. I have zero need, and quite frankly, kind of don't want you involved in it if you're not seeing the picture that I'm talking about. If you are tired of trying to convince people, trying to sell people, chasing people down, going, I noticed you're in marketing. I am too. I see you're friends with Brian Finale. I find him to be very sharp. Are you tired of all of that? Because I haven't had to call a lead since 2008. I don't have to pester anybody on Facebook. I don't have to run around and chase anyone. I don't have to hype. Anybody ever notice that? I'm just having fun. I'm on Snapchat singing songs, Simply the Best tonight. I'm screwing around. Guys, I'm screwing around. I'm wearing a feather boa. I'm like freaking wearing tiaras. Everybody knows. And even though I'm wearing my MLSP tiara, I do have my Phoenicia Klostermeyer butterfly, whatever they call these things, magic wands. Guys, I'm having the time of my life. You know why? Because in 3 easy steps a day, which will reveal to some people, I run my business in an hour. Everything else I do, when I am working more, it's because I love it. I get paid in an hour. If I'm lazy, an hour and a half. That's the life. So let me show you what's going on. And we'll see if it turns any of you guys on. And
4,500 people.
really?
Oh my goodness.
You're not talking about on, you're talking about my email list.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just
It's amazing.
well, I groom it a very specific way, which I'll teach you know, a group of people that decide they want to run. It's very specific. So the people that are on the list are very connected to me and very inclined to trust me and invest in things that I recommend because of the way I've groomed the list. And by the way, guys, I do probably have the most loyal list under the sun. The other thing that I'm real good at is I always win the contest for putting the most people into an event. Like, you know, if somebody's running a contest to sell the most tickets to their event. And it's not because I push people to go to an event. It's because I say I'm going, who wants to go with me? And everybody wants to go with me. So, guys, it's magical. And Brian knows. One time recently, I had done something in my back office, and I removed something. And somebody else's, like Todd from our corporate office, something of his was showing because I was working on my back office. And if my offer wasn't there, his would show. They got flooded in support by all my people, like barking at them, you know, like Todd was trying to rip me off or take advantage of me. They were all so busy defending me, like a bunch of you know, bulldogs, like making sure that nobody hurt their Diane. It was hysterical. Brian's like, "What did you do? Will you please put something in there because they're all yelling at us?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." You know, people are, but you know what? If somebody came in and robbed the corner store, I'm telling you now, every one of the neighbors would stand guard to make sure Paul wasn't alone in there because we loved him. We cared about him and his family, and he cared about us and our families. And guess what? We wouldn't go anywhere else because of it. So, guys, let me show you what I put together. And again, this page, which we're about to show you, is, in fact, a sales page, okay? So it is written with sales copy because some people are just going to see it. Maybe you'll share it with someone or whatever, and they're just going to see it, and we got to have sales copy. I'm going to talk to you in Diane speak, not in sales speak. So I just want to make sure the screen's up, right?
I cannot see it.
You cannot see it, JP?
I can see it.
You can?
Yeah, weird.
It says, "I'm screen sharing and presenting to everyone." Is that a lie? Somebody text me and tell me you can see it. Some of my buddies. What, JP?
I'm going to throw up a Q&A.
Ooh, dangerous move. Yeah, it's clear for me.
Okay. Well, if one of Justin or someone text me if y'all can't see it. Guys, I've created a course. It's called Twist Your List. It has snazzy graphics, okay? And I just want to show you guys. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Like I said, I didn't make slides and a bunch of stuff. I like this section. This section is directly related. Bert says he can see, and if Bert says he can see, okay, now I'm getting everybody texting me. Thank you, guys. I love you. That's enough text. Okay. Here are questions. Let's get them out of the way right up front. Do I need a list of tens of thousands of leads and prospects to make a tiny fortune from one email? Okay, because guys, I literally have sent out one email and made over $20,000, legit. Now, was it calibrated? Did I use some of the techniques that I'm teaching? Of course I did. So did I ramp so that when the letter came, it's just like tonight, guys, we ramped for people to come visit. So we have a lot of people on tonight. There's a technique to all of it. I'll teach you. But do I need a list of tens of thousands of leads and prospects to make a tiny fortune from one email? Okay? It says no. Okay, and a lot of people tell you got to build this huge list, and you got to do this, and you got to spend $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000. I've heard people literally tell people if you're spending less than $5,000 a month on advertising, you'll never succeed. Well, here I am. I got the other day somebody called me out, Brian. In fact, it's a person in our community. They're like, "You're advertising," because I ran some ads. They're like, "You're advertising," and I'm like, "Yeah, once a year I advertise." You know, if I spend $500, and I think I spent 20 some odd dollars on my ads. Woo. Ooh, she's getting wild and crazy. Do I need a list of tens of thousands of people? No. Guys, 10 of the right people, I'm not saying you're going to get the 10 people and money will pop in your hand that day, but if you built a list of 10 people the way I show you to do it, and you nurtured them within 90 days, would you make sales? Yes. Okay? Does it matter what kind of business that I'm building? No, because the techniques I'm going to teach you could apply to any business. Okay, I don't care if you're in the petunia business. You could have an incredible petunia newsletter, and I'm telling you now, you will sell more petunias to more people more times. In fact, you will have people pre-ordering your petunias before the spring even shows up. And I'm not exaggerating. You could have a personal newsletter and twist your list in any arena. Will it work for MLMs? Yes. Will it work for affiliate marketing? Yes. Will it work for, whatever, homeschool parents? Could you become a affiliate marketer for homeschool parents? Yes. We have Amparo Titmus. She's a obstetrics nurse. She's building this beautiful site and working on a personal newsletter for moms and also obstetrics personnel, people who want to sell stuff to pregnant moms. You can do it with anything. Okay, she talks about placentas in her newsletter. It still works. Do I need to be pushy in these emails, learn sales tactics, and will I feel like a used car salesman bugging my list to buy from me? No. In fact, sometimes your emails will be as short as, hey, we're all getting together here tonight, fun webinar, meet us there, link. Literally, sometimes your emails will be 3 lines. Sometimes your emails will be about what you had for dinner last night, what your dog is doing, or if your kids are coming home this weekend. You do not need to be salesy, but you do need to learn how to point people towards offers that will interest them. You can't just be a social newsletter person and just, write love letters. You do need to learn how to get people to your offers, but you don't need to write the offers. In fact, guys, I've been in business for 16 years, and quite frankly, I don't create anything. Brian knows. I barely create funnels with our funnel creator. I know how to do it, but half the time it's so quick and easy to do what I do. I don't even build stuff. Can I? Should I? Sure. Do I have to? No. I told Brian today, I'm too busy making money. Okay? I'm just getting started and literally have no list. Will what you teach work for me? Well, just like what I taught these guys last month, yes, it will. And in the beginning, you'll struggle for about a week. What if I told you you're going to struggle for about a week? Are you strong enough to push through it? Some of you have been pushing through in this industry for years trying to find a way. Some of you have been having just failure after failure, and you've been flipping from deal to deal to deal. You really need to settle down and understand your success doesn't lie in a program. Your success lies in you learning certain fundamental skills. These are them. If you can build a list of 100 email subscribers, you will make money. If you can build a list of 1,000 email subscribers in the way that I'm about to lay out for you, you should be able to earn at least a few $1,000s a month and go full-time with your business. I stand behind that. Now, if you divert from my methods because you don't want to be patient and learn how to do it, then what will happen is if you go run spammy ads or whatever and you got crappy leads, will it work? No. Don't come to me and go, I have 1,000 people, I'm not rich. Has to be done very systematically. It's not hard, guys. Anybody can do it. That's me holding my big check. I love my big check. It's up in my office. Okay? And I told you some of the statistics. Over 1 week period, I recruited 103 people, and I got. Now you guys got to understand, the $10,000 was from something completely different than the program with the 103 people. Okay? With just a few emails, I've been able to personally sponsor over 100 people in 72 hours, two different business opportunities. I wasn't all email for this particular one, but I was the #3 recruiter and #2 retailer in another program. I consistently win affiliate contests. And guys, I'm telling you, I compete with people with massive 40, 50, 60, 70,000 person lists and more. I literally do have a 3-step process that I do every day, and I work about an hour a day. Again, people will see me around more, but it's fooling around, having fun. I like to teach, so I teach. I earn more than 2 times. I earn 2 times more per referral than the next closest affiliate in this particular program, which is crazy. Okay, so let's go through what this course is, etc., etc., etc. Okay. And Brian said at the beginning, the money's in your list, but the fortune is in how you manage, write to, and communicate with your list. That's where the fortune is. When you learn certain techniques, that list will become insanely profitable. My open rates are ridiculously high. My close rates, I don't have to call leads. People call me. Most of the time, I don't even need to talk to people to sign them. Do you guys know my average in 2015 in MLSP, without really trying, was averaging signing over 18 people a month just here in our affiliate program, into our memberships. 18 people a month. And Brian knows I'm never on the leaderboard. I'm never on the leaderboards for the most recruits for the month because I'm too lazy. I'm always on the leaderboard for the top, never, because I'm all about retention and keeping them. I want to keep my people in whatever I'm working on, whatever they're buying from me. I want to keep them buying month in and month out, not in a manipulative way, in a great way. I want to treat my people right so they don't leave, so that I don't have to be on a perennial hamster wheel. How many of you guys feel like you're on a hamster wheel, just constantly chasing and starting over and over and over? Do you have a residual check? Do you have residual checks? See, I have residual checks. Lots of them with commas. Because I have people that reached out to me. In fact, it happened again this week. It always happens. Hey, I need to buy blank. Can I have your link? Wouldn't that be great if people just wanted to buy something and they wanted to make sure you got paid on it? You didn't even try to market it to them. I need to buy blank. Can I have your link? So here's what's in the course. Module 1 is the foundation. You're going to learn about what is a personal newsletter, why it's your #1 asset online, and how to start building your newsletter right away for profits. Literally, you'll be up and running in the first module. I already talked a little bit about what the 3 markets are, but we're going to get deeper into them. Why I build in a certain market, why it's more lucrative, at least in my opinion, and why it gives you more longevity, better retention, etc., etc. Okay? Why smaller is often better. Guys, I kick people off my list left and right. Okay? I remove, just like you guys, I tried to get rid of people on this webinar tonight. Okay, it's called polarization. You can learn about it. But I kind of don't want people around that aren't digging my message, because it ruins my energy, it ruins my vibe. There's plenty of people that are going to dig your message. And when you're only talking to people, when you're only talking to like-minded individuals, right? Everybody knows I love that term. When you're only talking to people that are digging what you're saying and writing you back and giving you good energy and telling you they love it and just asking questions, they know that you're not trying to get them in your own interest, but you're trying to serve them, right? Brian, how many times a week does Brian talk about service, 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 right? That's the core of the personal newsletter, is sharing things with people that serve them so that they don't feel threatened when you show them. Like tonight, if you don't know me yet, we've only been together an hour, and I'll come out again maybe, before we close this out, and I'll take questions at the end, because you don't know me yet, so you don't know whether I'm legit or not. But those of you that know me, you've been on my trainings, you've been around me, you've met me, you've hugged me at events, at our own Live the Dreams, you've been at the retreats with me. I think you know how much I care. So the only question is this course value for you? Does this course serve you? Is this something that will help you in 2016 and beyond? I believe in only teaching skills that last forever. It's not that I don't think the other skills are important, but I don't teach things that won't be relevant in 5 years from now. You know why? Because my line is, if you can Google it, I don't teach it. Whoa, that's deep. If you can Google it, I don't teach it. Because, guys, the answer that you're looking for is in the intangibles. It's in the nuance. It's in what I taught people last month, in a thought process, in a way of attacking that can only be handed to you personally. You can't get it sitting in a corner. You got to hang out. You got to show me your work. You got to let me groom you. So we're going to go through and we're going to talk about how to get that list of subscribers addicted to opening your newsletter. There's all kinds of tricks to get them addicted to opening your newsletter. And then every week, we're going to do a module. It's recorded. You can listen to it whenever you want, 24 hours a day, around the globe. I know we have a lot of people all over. I know we have a lot of Australians tonight. I had all the UK people writing to me going, oh, we have to go to bed. I'm like, it's okay. We'll get you the info. But every week, we're going to have a live Q&A or a workshop. Either I'll just take questions, or I'm going to workshop what you got on in your recording. Setting up your system. You're going to learn the difference between pre-programmed letters for your newsletter versus broadcast emails, which are live written letters, letters you write that go out right after you write them, or the same day you schedule them, and which to use and why, when to use which. You're going to learn to brand yourself via your newsletters and begin to build trust between you and your list, which is critical. Guys, when I say, hey, you guys, I just bought, I mean, one of my favorite headlines when I do buy something, and I don't do this a lot, but if I buy a piece of software, I'll put in my headline, in my subject line, I just bought this. And my open rate will be ridiculous because everybody trusts me. They want to know what I invested in. And it might be a little piece of software or something that it's $27, and I go, I just bought this. It works really good. Thought it might help you out. And the click-through rate will be insane. I'll have like a 50, 60, 70% click-through rate. And I will make, just recently, I sent out one letter, $600 residual. $600, it's probably more by now, but that same day, over $600 in sales that were residual sales. Now, when I say residual, I don't know if they're going to always keep buying, but it was, what do you call it, recurring sales. So it was so much each month, and I would continue to get that money. Would you guys like to be able to send out one letter and get a $600 check every month? Hello? How to create newsletter signature files for fun and profit and get people emotionally attached to your brand. I have fun little tricks to teach you for things at the bottom. Guys, you have to put a disclaimer on your emails. It's very legal. It's FTC. It's all this other stuff. Well, I'll show you how to write them that'll actually make someone giggle instead of be skeptical of you. Most of those emails are like, you know, results may vary, and this, and that, and fiduciary confidence of the blah, 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 blah. And people are like, whoa, all I wanted to do was learn about some marketing, and you got to give me this big legal mumbo jumbo. What if you could write it in a fun way? Creating your first letter in a way that begins to connect your brand new prospect to you at the deepest level. And again, Q&A bonus module. Module 3, bond building communications. Okay, here, see guys, there's two sides to grooming your list properly. One, you got to get them to bond to you, and two, you got to get them to buy from you. Okay, and I know some of you guys are saving the whales, but if you don't make money, you're not going to be here tomorrow, right? So you can't save the whales. My mentor always used to say, you can't save the whales if you can't afford to fish, right? If your boat don't run, if you don't got no gas and no fuel, and you know you can't paint your boat, you can't go out and save the whales. So if you don't make any money, you can't go out and help the next person. I can't help you if I can't sell you, guys. That sounds so horrible. I can't help you if I can't sell you something, because now I can have a relationship with you. So the first, module 3, our first communication module, we're going to learn the 5 types of letters you can use to glue prospects to you so that they see you as a major resource to their business. That's deep. You know why people open my emails? Because they see me as a major resource to their business. Just this week, I did major stuff for people that were on my list. Those of you that are not on my list, and I'm not pitching my list, but you can figure out where it is. Those of you that are on my list, you know I offered an incredible advantage to my subscribers. Some of my subscribers are scoring this week big time because they opened my email, and I train people to open my emails. The 10 types of communication that create a list of people that will follow you to the high heavens time and time again. How to pull the right people towards you while pushing the wrong ones away. Okay, what if you never had to deal with an idiot again? Now, I can't say I never deal with an idiot, but I deal with very few. I can't tell you the last time somebody asked me, is this a pyramid scheme? Does it cost money to get into this? Yada, yada, yada. All that junk that you get, I haven't gotten it in years. Again, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Every once in a while, I get a little hate letter. Somebody will tell me I'm mean or something. But other than that, open rates, schmopen rates. Learn how to really judge the effectiveness of your communication. Guys, I don't care about my open rates, although they're very good. What I care about is the right people opening my emails to get them in front of the right offers. So I want to teach you to think differently about your list. You know, guys, in fact, I took a screenshot because I was working on something the other day, and I have this ridiculous screenshot. It's like I had like 161 leads for the day, and I had a 75% open rate on a letter, and I was able to fit it all in a screenshot, and I was going to do a piece on my blog about why this screenshot is fraudulent, you know, because anybody can package anything up. I don't care. You can tell me your open rate, you know, that, and you know, $5 will get you a cup of coffee. How do you really measure the effectiveness of your list? You know what it's called? Sales. It's crazy. It's called sales. Module 4, super sales communications. What you're going to learn. The 5 type of letters that will covertly, Brian wrote that word. I'm not a fan of that word. Brian, don't use that word. I'm teasing him. He's writing good copy. I told you it's sales copy. Guys, I don't covertly get people to click a link, okay? What I do is I write letters that cause them to want to click the link. So covertly is just a great sales word. It's a great, copy word. Because some of you guys might be like, oh, she's doing voodoo on us. No, I'm not. I'm showing you cool stuff that'll help you. I don't know how to do voodoo. Ask Larry. I've been trying to get him to do certain things for 25 years. Now, he does many other things for me, including getting me Chinese food tonight, bringing me water, and rubbing my back and neck, my husband, if you guys haven't met him. But there's other things. I can't get him to do it because I don't know NLP. I don't know any voodoo. He can't get me to do most things, so we're equal. Okay, ninja email tricks that make your prospects flutter with desire for your prospects. You guys have no idea. The other day I did a thing, and I kind of like hinted about something, and people were like banging down. When are you going to give us a link to that? It's like an affiliate product, right? That I can sell them. They're like, when are you going to give it? When are you going to get? I want it. I'm like, I'm not ready to give it out. We'll give it out after we finish this project. No, well, can I get it now? It's hysterical. Okay, one move that will get prospects to call you instead of you having to call them. And no joke. Now, guys, let me be clear. Because it says Diane hasn't called a prospect since 2008. I don't want to get into a verbal fist fight with my friend Ray Higdon, who I adore. And he is right, and I'm going to tell you, if you're beginning, you do what you have to do. So you should pick up the phone. You should do all you can to get things going. I'm just telling you that in the future, you won't have to deal with any of that. Okay? You don't have to deal with any of that when you do the do. You don't get to graduate to that today. But I started my business in 1999. I started learning about this stuff in 2005. So it took me 3 years to never have to call a prospect again. I'd say that was a fair amount of work. But I haven't had to call a prospect. I told you guys, I sign people like left and right. Stupid autoresponder tricks that hypnotically make your subscribers feel amazing as they do what you tell them to do. Oh, that's more Brian Voodoo words. You know what? My letters do make people feel amazing. My letters make people laugh. My letters make people think. Your letters could too in a couple of weeks. You know what? The first letters you're going to write, because I'm going to teach you how to write them, first letters you're going to write are going to be like, the sky is blue, the sea is green, I have a webinar, come to it. They're going to be rudimentary. They're going to be like basic. But I have gotten person after person after person after person to write really good copy within 30 minutes. Really good copy within 30 minutes. It takes most people years. I'm going to show you how to format your letters. I'm going to show you how to make them look great. I'm going to show you how to make them readable and consumable so that people, because a lot of letters, they're just hard to read. So you might have written a soliloquy for 3 hours, but they're not going to read it. You got to learn how to write it in a certain way, in a certain pattern, in a certain syntax. Write that word down. Syntax. I'm going to teach you syntax that will cause people to respond. By the way, it's super easy. You don't even know. You already know how to do it. I'm just going to show you that you already know. Mix and match newsletter bingo. How to mix and match all the letter types. Okay, we're going to learn 10 letter types, but we're going to learn how to mix and match them in a certain way that will keep your reader engaged for the long haul so they buy from you forever. And what's really cool is I'm going to show you sequences. Like, let's say you're working, you have a new product that came out in your company and you really want to get sales. I'm going to show you sequences so you can kind of hit hard and go soft, hit hard and go soft, so that nobody ever feels like you're pushing too much. I'll show you how to soften a pitch. I'll show you how to make it so that the people don't even realize you pitched them. Wouldn't it be cool if people read your letter and loved it so much and they didn't even realize there was a pitch? Bert Bledsoe put a video out today, and he said in it, Diane's going to teach you one technique that'll change everything for you. That's the technique. And I decided, Bert, I love you, but I decided not to teach it for free out in public. I taught the simple how to build your newsletter technique. But this one thing that I taught Bert, I remember he was like, and by the way, Bert Bledsoe, shout out to my buddy Bert. When Bert and I first started hanging out, he learned something on a webinar with me, and he went and did it. And he came back and he said, that worked. Give me another. I gave him another. And he went out and did it. And he came back and he said, that worked. Give me another. And he went out and did it. And it's just like the people last month. The ones that did it, they went, oh, wait, that worked. Give me another. And now they're generating up to 300 free leads. What if you could build this list? What if you could get this list up to 100 people within the end of the course? What if you could actually start converting people via email? What if you could learn to write the emails quick so you could do them in the morning or do them at night while the kids are in bed, and you could set it up so that it would go out at the right time? What if you could? Guys, I'm going to also teach you a secret tactic that can turn a letter about chicken pot pie or the Knicks game or whatever else you want into money. This is my favorite right here. Every business goes through ups and downs. I've been fortunate. I haven't had any terrible downs, but you never know what's coming around the corner. An emergency insurance plan that will show you how to keep your business alive in times of trouble on a budget as low as $30 a month. Let me tell you guys one other thing, because we're almost to the last module, and I'll tell you about the bonuses. And by the way, the bonuses are stupid. The bonuses are stupid, as always, because when I do I haven't done a course in over a year, by the way. The thing I did in January was just some people, I sent out an email and said, hey, who wants to do this? And 180 people showed up. Think about that. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this little thing. Anybody want to do it? I just had an idea. Who wants to do it? 180 people. Those of you that want to be coaches, motivational speakers, those of you that want to focus in on helping people, but you can't get more than 3 people to sign up for your thing. Those of you that want to do webinars, et cetera, and you want to do paid webinars. You have all the tools. You've taken all the courses on the closing and this and that, but you're still not getting the people. I wrote a couple of emails and had 180 people go, yeah. And the funny thing is, I only charged a couple of bucks because it was like an experiment. I thought, oh, I'm going to try this out. I need a couple of guinea pigs. I got 180 guinea pigs. It's crazy. So, emergency insurance plan, in case something goes wrong, you can run your business very well on a very low budget if you ever had to. And here's the other thing, when you build your list right, if my autoresponder shut me down tomorrow, do you think I'd have a problem getting my list back? The answer is no. If my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my anything, I've never been shut down anywhere. Knock on wood. Say it again, Diane, because you're going to get yourself in trouble, but I'm knocking. I'm knocking. I've never been shut down anywhere. But if it happened, do you think people would seek me out? Heck, if I don't write an email for 3 days, I start getting "Are you okay" letters. You can't lose your list if you've built it correctly. You just let people know you move down the street. Get that. Everybody freaks out. Recently saw a gal, her blog crashed or something like that, and she was freaking out because she lost everything. I'm like, no. If the people love you, if you've nurtured them, if you've built them, if you build people, people will build your business. If you build people, people will build your business. If you've done it right, you can never lose it. Because you know what? If I lost every one of my letters, oh, wait till you see what I'm going to give you in a minute. If I lost every one of my letters, I guarantee you right now on this webinar, there's at least 15 people that have every letter for the last 2 years in an archive. They have it saved in a folder. Everybody has my stuff. I don't have to worry about that. Module 6, romance and keep track of your prospects, both online and off. Guys, I'm almost done. We're going to do Q&A. We're going to have some guests. We're going to talk about stuff. How to build a romance vibe so tight with your prospects that you shave your unsubscribes down to nothing. Okay, I just don't have a lot of unsubscribes. They're more likely to have me take them off if I don't like their energy than they are to unsubscribe. I get unsubscribes because people accidentally double subscribe. I have people all the time, they sign up for something and they used a different email address. I have people that are subscribed to my list at 4 different email addresses in case something becomes undeliverable. So think about it. It's 4,500 people, but I know of numerous people that are on there 2 and 3 times. So it's probably really only 3,000 people. Now that I think about it, I never thought about that before. I have people that subscribe to different emails to make sure they don't miss anything. By the way, guys, I'm lazy. Could I do more? Could I get more? Could I work harder? Could I go faster? Of course. I was busy raising my kids. Will I do it now that my kids are gone? Probably. You'll probably see me more. I'll probably do more. Larry's working with me now and all kinds of stuff. So who knows? Maybe I'll light it up and bring that list up to 10,000, so I don't have to be embarrassed anymore. But right now, I'm happy. Isn't that what we started our businesses for? To be happy? I don't need to keep up with the Joneses. I need to feed my family, have a good life, have a nice bank account, and do what I want to do. Okay, now this is really important, guys. In this module, I'm going to show you all my offline customer secrets and customer and prospect secrets, okay? We're going to delve in. We're going to give you a 30-day free trial to use our CRM. In fact, you know what, Brian? I may need to move that training up. I may change the order of the modules because I just realized that the course will run so many weeks, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to use this CRM, the Customer Relationship Manager tool that we have here at My Lead System Pro. If you'd like a 30-day free trial, if you're not a member, we'd love to give you one so you can practice and use this tool and see what the tools are and see if it's a fit for you. If you like it, stay. You know, stay and be a member here in our community. We have great training and just incredible people and leaders and so on. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You have 30 days to mess around with it. But I want you to see how to use a customer relationship manager to romance your prospects and make them feel loved. I want to show you ways to play peekaboo and footsie with them. I want to show you ways to make them feel special. How to keep tabs on your prospects so that in 6 months when they are ready to buy, you can close the sale without being salesy or pushy. You know, I happen to have put in, I happen to have signed a very, very major marketer into something recently. Some of you guys know about it, but I'm not going to get into it tonight. And people were like freaking out. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you signed him. Oh my God, how did you do that? And I'm like, well, because I've known him since 2005. And I've had a relationship with him. We've worked together on a bunch of different projects, and when the time was right, he came in. Now, most people, it's not going to take, what is it? It's 2016, so it's not going to take 11 years, but this is like a major, like, I don't know, I think he's like 8-figure, 9-figure, I don't know what he is. He's like a gazillion million figure earner, okay? And everybody's like, oh my God. You know, and he keeps teasing me about it. He goes, you're my sponsor. I'm like, we don't have sponsors here. We're an affiliate program. We have referrers. And he's like, okay, I'm still going to call you my sponsor. I'm like, I'm still not your sponsor. Get lost. But people are like, how did you do that? But point being, if you nurture people properly and you don't chase them and you don't bug them and you keep them on your newsletter, what happens is when it's the right time, they're going to go because they know you're their go-to person at whatever program you're in, whatever you're promoting. You know, time comes and they got to take off some weight. They know you're the one to go to. Time comes and they need to rent an apartment. They know you're the one to go to. Excuse me, I'm choking. I'm kind of hoping some of you guys have already gotten this. You don't even know what the bonus is. I'm kind of hoping that some of you trust me so much. Some of you guys that own my Attraction Marketing Intensive know what was in there. Some of you guys know how I deliver to the people that study with me. Some of you guys know what this is going to do for you. So I'm going to show you all those secrets. And yeah, there's Ray saying nice stuff and all these people saying nice stuff. And you can go watch these videos and you can go take a look and you can go see what everybody's saying. Hey, Brian, you have the card open, don't you? I'm assuming you do. I'm going to show you what you're going to get. But the first thing I'm going to tell you that's not on here, and I'm throwing this in, and Brian's going to smack me, and I always do whatever I want. Let me turn this off for a minute. Turn off the screen share for a minute. You guys can see me now? I think you guys can see me. I'm choking to death. I thought I'd come out in public so I could choke to death. Brian, I'm sorry. I do this to you every time we do one of these.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm conditioned now. I get it. I know.
I've only done 3 of these in the history of my relationship with you, but every time I do it to you, I'm going to do it again. Guys, for those of you that decide that you're going to get into Twister List tonight, you know those stories that I told you that I had those people on at the beginning of the call, and they told you how they learned this stuff during the month of January, and they told you how they learned how to generate those leads? What if I did that course? Now, granted, they had hands-on coaching, just like you're going to have with Twist Your List. What if I did that course on Sunday night and I taught you the full content and it was co-taught by the people that have generated anywhere from 88 to 300 leads? What if I said, Brian, I'm sorry, but what if I said, I'm going to bring all those people out and we're going to teach you that exact 3-step process to go from, I'm just choking to death, to go from promoter to personality to professional. And you could put that in action while we're getting the course in gear. That alone is stupid because Clive just told you he was paying $5 to $7 a lead. For the life of me, I can't remember the exact number that he told me, but I think he generated like 100 leads, right? Didn't he say 8,800 leads, whatever it was? So let's be modest. Let's be modest. I'm grabbing my calculator. while I choke. Let's say his number was high, but I don't remember. Let's say it was 80. 80 times 7 is $560. So 80 leads at $7 a piece, that would be worth $560. But let's say he did 80 leads at $5 a piece, which I know was much higher than that on both ends. That alone would be $400. That alone is worth more than what the course costs, and we have payments for you. And it's on Sunday night. And here's what I'll tell you. Come Sunday night, if you think it sucks, cancel. Don't take the regular course. If you come Sunday night, come spend the evening with me. Come spend the evening with these people. If I don't convince you that I can turn you into a rock star, if you apply yourself and if you follow through, if I don't convince you that I can turn you into a rock star, cancel. You'll have gone through that training for free, so you get like $560 worth of training and information, and you go out and generate those leads for free. And I encourage you to go on the internet and say Diane Huffman sucks. Please make a video, put it on Facebook, put it in the MLSP group for all I care. I'm telling you, it's that good. And that's not even the twist of this course. So if I go back, turn on my screen and show you what the bonuses are, and that bonus was not listed. All right, is my screen showing?
No, not yet.
It says I'm screen sharing and presenting to everybody.
There you go.
Is it good?
Yep.
Okay, and I want to look at the fan page in a little bit and do some Q&A. Okay, pre-course bonuses over the weekend. We'd like to keep you busy before we get the course actually started. First of all, as always, I have a Facebook group for you. Okay. Now, if you've never been in one of my courses before when it's going on live, I know some of you guys have bought the recorded courses after the fact. If you've never been in one of my courses when it's going on live, I am there every day, pretty much all day. Please, guys, I know there's no chat, but go over on the fan page. If you've been in one of my courses, please give testimony to how interactive I am with people. I will know your name. You will know me. I will know where you are. I will also teach you how to interact in a group, how to behave in a group, and how to gain mentorship, which is a very valuable thing. Most people are freaking out in groups and freaking out when they start a course. I will train you within 2 days how to behave in there and how to get the most of it. All right, here's the whopper, Brian. Here's the whopper. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never done this before. I always come up with something ridiculous. I told Brian this. He's like, what? I'm giving you instant access tonight, not tomorrow. It's in there, right, Brian? Is it in there now?
It's in there.
Okay, tonight, I'm giving you instant access to every email broadcast I have written since 2009. There were 874 letters. There's 2 more today. So there's 876 letters that we are giving you access to tonight. Now, right now, you might get all excited about it. What I recommend you do is let me take you through the course so you understand how the letters work and the psychology behind it. Do you understand the caliber of swipe file? That alone should be $5,000. Minimum. People pay me thousands of dollars to write copy for them. You guys don't realize behind this, people are messaging me now, Brian, I got it, I got the course, I'm so excited. Right? They're out there. My phone messenger is like going, guys, do you understand? You are reading copy every single day that I've written. You just don't know it. Because I don't feel any need to run around and scream who my clients are. Okay? I have so many success stories, but I have a very strict code of privacy. If somebody wants to shout about what I did with them, they're free. But I'm not going to go copy and paste and snip and clip because I think it's very private. Okay? You're reading copy every day that I have written. You're hearing from people every day that I have, helped them put their offers and different things together. They're all over the place. And I'm giving you 876 letters to work from. Now, I'm going to encourage you to wait until I teach you some stuff, because if you just take my letters and you just use them, what will happen is a lot of people know my copy style. So what you need to do is learn how to edit them and make them your own. But if you swiped a letter tomorrow and used it, so be it. I mean, it is what it is. And there's everything in there, because you think about these go back to 2009, so there's stuff promoting MLMs and there's stuff promoting things, and you'll probably, if you look in there, you can find the letters from when I joined MLSP. I put, I don't know how many people in a couple days, like 50 people in out of the gate. Like, you know, I was just dipping my toe in the water, and I thought, all right, I'll put in 50, 60, 70 people. Go find those letters. They're in there. They are. PDF download. This is great. I'm not giving it to you immediately. I'm going to give it to you shortly. Because I don't want you to run amok with stuff, okay, guys? I want you to be smart and patient and do wax on, wax off, because if you run amok, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. I want you to take direction, but I'm going to give you 10 letters that are basically fill in the blank. I'm going to give you one of each letter type, and they're generic and proven email letters, and all you're going to do is fill in the blank. And I'm getting all these messages. I'm in. Fill in the blanks. So you're going to be filling in your name, and I mean, they're written so generically that they could be about pretty much anything. And you're going to be able to use them right away. In fact, if you want, you can use them for your first, 15, 20 days in the course while you're learning. You'll be able to use these letters. Once we get you up to speed, we got to get you set up, guys. It's going to take 2 weeks to set you up. So don't be goofy. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page and set up. But once you guys are all set up, you could take these letters and they could be your basic letters where you're learning to write. By week 3, you're writing anyway. So you're good to go. You'll be able to use these right away. 3 stages to becoming a marketing superstar. Okay? That's in there right now. 3 stages to becoming a marketing superstar. And we're going to even get into that live on Sunday night, because it's those 3 stages. Promoter, personality, professional. Everybody wants to jump to personality or professional. They skip the first stage and they shoot themselves in the foot. And that's what happened to all the people that were with me in January. They knew so much, but they couldn't execute, because nobody had sat with them and forced them to execute. I know that sounds mean. They knew so much. How many of you guys feel like you know so much and know so little? How many of you guys feel like you're constantly overwhelmed? How many of you guys feel like you're just you're just constantly trying to, I hear people all the time, I have to keep up, I have to keep up, I have to keep up. You know what? I don't have to keep up, because I know how to write a letter. I know how to make money. I know how to generate a lead, and I know how to write a letter, and I know how to point to a sales page. I make money. If I want to learn something cool, tonight I didn't know how to convert a video. I'm like trying to convert a file. I'm like, Brian, I don't know how to do that. I said, I'll learn how to do that later when I'm too busy making money. And he giggled. 3 stages of promotion. Guys, I taught this to my team the other day. They're all freaking out. It was just on a pop-up random call, and it made me remember that most of you don't know this. Guys, you can get rich working events. Whether it's a webinar like this, or it's your company convention, or Super Saturday, or just presentations, live presentations, etc. Guys, you can get rich. Again, no financial claims. I'm not promising you will. Many people won't. Results are not typical. Okay, y'all get that? You can get rich promoting events. Guys, I never sell except for once in a blue moon when I sell for a whole group. Like tonight, right? I'm selling a product. Generally speaking, I don't sell. I promote. I make a fortune promoting. Brian knows. I'm always the top affiliate in all these contests and stuff. I just sit there and I put them in front of Higdon. I sit back, I grab a glass of wine, and watch them go. I sit back and I put them in front of April Marie Tucker, and she talked about Instagram. It's like, oh, I made $3 grand tonight. My favorite is Rob Ford. I don't even know what he says, but if he talks, I work my butt off promoting, because he says something, and I'll never forget the night I was at my daughter's concert. I couldn't be on. Concert ran late. It's like whatever time it is, and there's sales flying in. My phone is beeping and buzzing. I had to mute it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I put like 100 people on a webinar, and Rob did the Rob thing. I think I made $7 grand that night. It was stupid. The 3 stages of promotion. And then the 3 markets in your business. Now, I did a recording about this. It's in there right now. But my friend Lisa Grossman, do you guys know who she is? Lisa Fader Grossman, one of the biggest network marketers in the world. I just came back from Hong Kong with her. I'm going back again. The girl travels all over. She's one of the most desired speakers in this industry, and she is the most consulted. Believe me, I've sat in her house. I go to visit her, and then the phone rings all day with all these people looking for consultation. She's going to teach you further about the markets. Because the way she describes it, I can't come near to the way she describes it. And she will sell you on warm market. She will sell you on why we live in a time where we could create a massive warm market. Guys, my warm market is so big it's stupid, and if you learn to build your warm market and do a newsletter, it's over. It's over. Now, at the end of the course, we're going to go through Hypnotic Headline Workshop. Okay, we're going to get together, and as a team, as a group, we are going to write, literally, in an hour, hundreds of headlines, which then I will have typed up and created into a PDF, and you will have a file of hundreds of headlines that you can use. So it's really cool. But I'm not going to sit there and write them all. You guys are going to write them with my guidance. You're going to be stunned, and I'm going to teach you to know how if a headline will work or not. Wouldn't it be great to know? Now, you can't always know, and sometimes what you think is good flops. In fact, this week we had some incredible headlines coming from the copy team at My Lead System Pro. Apparently I had a love affair, and size does matter or doesn't matter, and something. There were some crazy fun headlines this week. You'll learn real quickly how to write a headline that's going to get people to open. Because, gang, if your headline stinks, it doesn't matter whether you wrote the letter or not, because nobody's going to read it. Write that down. If my headline stinks, it doesn't matter if I write the letter or not, because nobody's going to read it. It's the #1 most important part of your letter, period, over and out. Copy trigger training, okay? There are words and phrases and techniques. I can't reveal what it is, but I'm going to show you techniques that you guys, when you go through this workshop, you'll actually be like dancing in your seat, and you won't even know why. And all of a sudden, you'll have a new knowing and a seeing and an understanding of how to get people to respond to you. Man, there's so many bonuses. We're like going on forever. And then you got leads, now what? Okay, this will be our closure. Like, this will be our closure. And we're just going to make sure that you really understand how to go forward and how to become, you know, that superstar that you were born to be, and how simple, just ridiculously simple it could be. So, you know, we have the usual, what we call price contrast or price comparison. There's my friend Doug and Justin and Katie and Summer. Tonight, Summer said, MLSP took over all the groups tonight on Facebook, and we knocked all the spam out and brought all the goodness in. You know, it was great. Lindsay, by the way, her video's messed up, but it's worth watching. Her story is ridiculous. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to get her on tonight. Her story, ridiculous. 150 leads, brand new. 150 leads, month's not over, and she made a sale. You know, these are just from generating these. And by the way, the leads that I taught them to generate are not the kind of leads that you want in the end. They're coming down a path and progressing. They've gotten better leads as the month have gone by because I taught them the techniques. And by the way, I'm teaching this on Sunday night. So there's all the modules and how much they're all worth and yada, 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 yada. But I'm just going to be like the credit card commercial. You know what? You feeling confident and knowing you know what to do is priceless. Guys, you don't need a bunch of more stuff. What you need is somebody to hold you accountable. I hate that term. Let me back that up and reverse that. You know what? I don't care if you don't show up. Buy it tonight and don't show up. See if I look for you. Let me make sure you guys see me. You want to buy this course tonight and not open it and not show up? I don't care. I will not look for you. I will not chase you. And I will not feel bad. I'm not supposed to say this. It's bad salesmanship. I will not feel bad that you bought it. You know why? Because I am going to change some lives. And I don't know which one of you that gets this course is going to be. But I know that there will be some of you, just like I showed you earlier. And again, I got all these people texting me because they want to come out and talk. And I don't know that we're going to have time to do it. You know, we may or we may not be able to bring some people over. I know Bert wanted to come over. So, in fact, Brian, see if Bert's around. See if you see him in there. Guys, buy it, don't buy it. But if you are going to buy it, I want you to follow through. Okay? I want you to stick with me. I want you to be with me. I want you to ask me questions. I want you to bring me your work. I want you to get guidance and correction. I want you to go back and try it again. I want you to try until you get it right. I want to get that message from you screaming that you got your first phone call from somebody asking about your program. I want you to freak out because you got the first sale because I had somebody do that today. I wrote an email and I got a sale. They were beside themselves. I wrote an email and I got a sale. Do you know what that feels like to write an email and have money show up? It's stupid. Bert, are you able to share some stuff with people? Because I'm just so wired, I think I need to take a breath.
Cheers.
I think you need to talk to them for a minute if you're free to. I know you're on the road.
I am. Am I here?
Barely hear you.
Hold on a second.
Are you hooked up are you rigged up because of
No, I'm trying to use some. Hold on, let me.
That's better a little bit.
Is that working?
No. A second ago it sounded better.
Hi, Bert.
All right, now am I on now? Can you hear me now?
You know what, Bert? Just
Okay.
jack it up, raise your voice a little bit and you should be all right.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. So what's up? Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to share. I shared this on a video. I don't know if everyone saw this video, but I'm going to tell you guys I learned one thing, just one little thing that I used in an email, okay? And it changed my whole entire business. And let me just say this. I don't know if Diane knows this, but I'm in a competition we're not really stats people, but if we were stats people, I would be in competition to try to have like the lowest, highest stats, if that makes sense, right? Because that's like the greatest stats ever to have. People are like, how do you do that with those numbers, right? And that's a real thing, and this is a real thing. Not only did I learn one move that transformed my business, but I put into place a few moves in a series of emails, right, over over a period of time, and I was even able to put this into application, just like Diane was, to go out and win an affiliate contest, right? And not just a mini affiliate contest, a big affiliate contest. And guess what? Just with the same principle, with a list, the like fraction of the size of the people that were also in the same contest. So, does it work? It works amazingly, right? And I'm excited because there's always, this is the thing, when you learn one move, Diane has really taught me, like when she's teaching me one move, she's like, okay, I'm going to tell you a move, and then she tells you like 3 other things, but you get so excited because the first thing is so simple, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go do that you didn't even pay attention, like you wrote them down, but you didn't do them because you're getting so many results with the first move that you didn't even get to move 2 and 3. So that's why everyone's all excited. You see them in the chat, they're like, I'm getting Twister list, right? Because I might have missed something in there. I need to get it too. I'm like, hey, listen, hold on, I'm twisting my list. I try to keep, some nights you can't keep up with the chat. I was trying to keep up. I know, right? I was trying. So I'm pretty excited about this because the exciting part is there's going to be some people that are going to start to apply this, and they're going to get results, and they're going to go, oh my gosh, look what I did.
You know, Bert, I like that. Bert and I always celebrate how much can we earn with how few people? How big can we get with serving, because I want to serve people well. I don't want to be spread thin. And we just get tickled, and I know you've won laptops and all stuff. Right now, he just came back from speaking. He's on the road. He just spoke at an event in Colorado. He's going over. He's invited as a guest to a big event in Vegas. He's all over the place. What'd you do, snowboard today?
Yeah, today we snowboarded, and I was also doing Animal Check because you made a reference to Animal Check, so I had to check in because we do indeed have baby animals on the way. So was possibilities of goats and bunnies. So I was checking on the animal status as well. Because when you have these, this is the crazy part. When we started this, we just had like a couple of goats in our backyard for like fun to like so we could have healthy milk and like have good stuff, and then all of a sudden people saw the goats in the background. It turned into a thing that has become a real life thing where we live on a ranch and people come there and we do events, and it's absolutely crazy. And guess what, guys, my list is like it's in comparison. Imagine like Diane has been doing it for this long, and she told you her list. So imagine I'm a student of hers, so my list is a fraction of hers, and I'm getting, I would say there's pretty tremendous results.
Okay, Bert, let me ask you. So because Brian wrote the copy on the page, I gave him some stuff, and then he wrote the rest, right? Straight up, right? Because guys,
right.
Everybody's always like, she says it like it is, and I do. Okay, so Brian wrote the copy, and the copy said that if you get 100 people this way, you can start making some money. Is that true or not true? Did you live that?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. Absolutely.
And when you got to 1,000 people on this type of list,
if you do 1,000 people with a type of list like this, you can make stuff happen. And when I say make stuff happen, I'm talking about if you decided that, I'm just throwing something out here like an idea. If you had an idea that you wanted to go to an event. Like you were in town, and let's say you were in town, New York, you went to New York City, and you heard there was a show. You want to take your wife to a show? You could make that happen, right? You could literally make that happen on demand with a list of 1,000 people, and you could go to a nice show. You could take her to dinner. You could stay at a hotel. Right?
They don't know. I didn't tell any of these stories, Bert, but I've told them to you. Guys, there have been times like my kids have come home from school and said, you know, Mom, like I need money for a trip. And I'm like, okay, I'll write a letter. Or something will come up, like somebody will say, you know, we can all go on a cruise and do this, and that. It's $2,000. I'm literally, my whole thought process and philosophy is always, cool, let me write a letter. And it used to start out with like a couple $100, or like something like this would come up. And there would be a course I wanted, and I go, cool, let me write a letter, right? But nowadays, it's like, Brian, can I tell everybody what I'm working on? He's muted. Remember that special event? Yeah. So, guys, the other night, I got this crazy idea, right? Everybody know who Gary Vaynerchuk is? And if you don't, go look him up, Gary V, ask Gary V. He's launching a new book, and I thought, what the heck? I tweeted him, and I said, Gary, how many books to get you to come speak live for me? And he tweeted me back in 3 minutes and put me together with this guy, and we're signing contracts today. Gary Vaynerchuk is coming to do a private event for me. And you know what? In order to make that happen, I need $57,000 because we have to buy so many books. And you know what my first thought was? Cool, let me get these contracts signed, and I think I'll go write a letter. So $57,000 in books or whatever it is, well, plus I need the hotel or whatever, so I probably need $65,000. And you know what? I know probably 3 letters, and I will have it in my hands and make this whole thing happen. It's my birthday present to me. It's I want Gary to come speak for my birthday. And right now we have the hotel, we're signing the contracts, and his office is signing the contracts over. It's probably going to happen. I've manifested something just absolutely ridiculous. In fact, here's the lady who's been helping me with it, helping me making some calls and helping me make it happen. And this is the lady. Linda, how many leads did you get in January so far?
389.
Oh, only 389?
Yeah.
Well, you got a few days left. I mean, maybe you can pick it up a little bit. Linda, do you work full time?
No, I'm doing it part
Oh,
time.
you work part time?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you worked full time because I was going to be like, oh, and she got 389 leads for
No,
free.
no, I work a job full time, but I only do this part time.
No, that's what I mean. So you work full time.
Right.
Right? You're working full time on your living and part time on your fortune, right?
Right.
That's the old Jim Rohn saying.
Right.
You work full time. You generated 389 leads. How much did it cost you to generate the 389 leads?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And she's helping me make arrangements to bring Gary Vaynerchuk to the New York, New Jersey area. Hello?
Yeah, that's another. I've been doing using work time for that, though, I gotta admit.
Okay, well, we won't tell on you, but this was just broadcast live, so so I better teach you how to twist your list some more so you can make more money real quick.
Yeah.
Linda, how many times in our relationship have you thought this woman is an idiot and what she's telling me is bullshit? Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that, but it is after 11 o'clock on the East Coast. And,
Yeah.
and be nice, be kind.
Well, more than a few.
More than a few. And then when things came back around, how many times did you say, you know what, maybe this stuff works?
More than a few.
No, more than, okay, let's leave it at that. I don't want to get into trouble here because I don't want to get anywhere. Trying to pull over a couple of people. Guys, the Q&A is open. We'll take a look at your questions. I saw a couple of them coming up. Who is that? Oh, that's Brian. Okay. And I want to get Justin Barkley over here. I'm clicking the button, Justin. I don't know if it's going to work. The rest of my guys had said that if you guys are available, text me now and let me know if you want to come over and share some stories from January. Because just the training from January alone, I tell you guys, sign up tonight. It's $117. Come Sunday night, get that training, and if I suck, ditch me. Ditch me. Blow me off. Here comes Justin. I'm going to look at the Q&As while Justin says his. Justin?
Hey, what's up?
Your dogs are the most talented dogs in America. I'm telling you, they are. They have skills with a Z. I mean, not as talented as Ham Hock. Bert, when are the babies coming?
We didn't do an ultrasound, so we don't know exactly because this was Ham Hock's first foray into fathership, so he got a little enthusiastic about things. So we're not exactly sure on the days. There was a few days that it could be.
Yeah, because you don't know which day exactly it all worked out. So
right.
Ham Hock is my namesake, Bert's goat. And by the way, Bert is also a honey badger.
I am a honey. I don't have I have my jersey, but it's the jersey is packed. It's ready for.
Do you have your feather boa on your
I don't have my feather boa, but my jersey's on its way to Vegas, or it will be soon.
Guys, I got to tell you, feather boas are cool until they get up your nose. They're not so good, Linda. They're not so good. So they're not what they're not as good as you think they are. They're not what they're cracked up to be. Justin Barkley, tell us something while I check the questions out. Thoughts, soliloquies, extreme close-ups.
No, I'm kind of pumped because I didn't know some of the cool stuff that you are throwing in this month is really kind of floored me. I love the bonuses. Right? It's awesome. I love it.
You know what's messed up, Justin? In the other courses that I did, especially whenever somebody buys the Attraction Marketing Intensive, which is the first course I did here at My Lead System Pro, which is really my life's work, this attraction marketing volume. Everybody, Brian, when he first started, he's like, how are you ever going to make another course? It's all in there. And I was like, well, I'll make another course someday. And that's why it's been so long. Last one I did was the Guru Code, which was over a year ago. And so, guys, I pour myself into these courses, so I got to rest a year in between. It's too much. But the bonuses are hot. Huh? What do you like? What do you think about throwing in the beginning for people? The abbreviated version.
So that's I think that was the coolest thing is I had a couple of people asking me about that. Are we going to learn because of all the crazy results everybody's getting? Are we going to learn that? And that's the coolest part.
It is, isn't it? It is. So how about you? How did you make out this month? I mean, you've done well before, but I think you had better results this month than ever because you kind of, played with us.
Yeah, so that was the key for me is submitting to the process, like you said. Once I did that, I started to hit like a kind of a rhythm, and then I started to see these major things happening, and I had my biggest day ever, and then I think for the total month, for the last 30 days, I look back, I think it was like 331. So I'm not quite Linda's.
No,
status.
Nobody is Linda. Nobody can keep up with Linda.
But no, that was awesome, and I think the best part was the consistency. So I would see some good days here and there, but now it's every single day, and you can't turn it off.
And Justin, and that's what we're after. We're after that consistent lead flow and then that consistent ability to move people through our communication. And guys, I'm not going to kid you. Here comes Keely. I'm not going to kid you guys. It takes work. And it's frustrating. And you're probably going to bang your head against a wall. And you're going to send me, well, you're not allowed to send me, I have rules you guys will see in the group so that I can manage all of you. But you're going to go in the group and you're going to get like, and I'm going to go do it again. Do it again. You didn't do it enough. Like, I'll say to you guys, you need to write every day. Well, I don't want to bother people. Believe me, you're not bothering them. They didn't open your email yesterday yet. They don't, you don't know what you're doing. You need to learn. You need to write every day. And they'll be like, okay. And then I look at their stuff and I go, show me what you wrote this week. Well, they really only wrote one day. And then they're like busy telling me it didn't work. And I'm like, no, it does work. You just didn't do it. Let's be clear. So, that's the process. And then what happens, and in fact, if you guys catch the blog post that came out from me today through MLSP, yes, I put on my tiara because the feather boa was bugging me. It's annoying.
Some people didn't even notice that. It was just like a little tiny costume change you didn't even know. And it just boop.
Yeah.
Hey.
But in Diane world, you can wear whatever you want. You can have messy hair, right, Just? So, Keely, I'll get to you in 1 second. But, it's funny because you got to do it. You got to do what I teach you. You don't just buy a course and look at it. It's a very nice course, Bert. It's in an excellent font. It's in Times New Roman.
Veranda.
No, you have to do it. It's like crazy. And see, here's the problem. A lot of times people buy courses that are too advanced for them. Sorry, guys. It's not that the course isn't good. It's just that you're not there. If you take calculus and you don't know algebra, how's that going to work out for you? Well, I paid good money at Harvard to take calculus. Great, you don't know algebra.
Right.
I know. Keely, so what happened for you during the month of January when you plugged in and followed directions?
So following directions is awesome, and I was able to basically get about a third of the leads I've ever gotten only in 30 days. So over months and months, I've gotten leads, but not this many, and it's been amazing.
So you were able to, so the total leads that you've gotten in your whole career, you were able to do 33% of them this month.
Just
like
about.
As much as you've gotten. How long have you been in the industry trying to generate leads?
I started with MLSP in May.
Okay, so May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So 8 months, right? And we certainly have great training, but maybe for whatever reason it didn't connect for you. 8 months, and you generated so many leads, and in 1 month you generated, so 24 months worth of leads. What would be, right?
Yep.
In 1 month. So what do you think will happen to your business now that you've learned how to do certain things, and then we're going to take it to the next step, and we're going to teach you this higher level of communication in this friendly, fun way. What do you think is going to happen over the next 30, 60 days for you?
Oh, I know there's going to be an explosion. Like, I'm excited about 2016. I'm thrilled I've been able to work with you and listen to the things that you've said. And really, you just have to listen and do what you say, and you get the results. So it's really nice to be able to see the results and then be really confident that soon, I'll see more, and I know that there will be a snowball.
And that's what we're looking for, guys, that feeling of confidence. Because, guys, when you're dealing with prospects, they can smell from a mile away if you're not confident. Right, Linda? It took a long time. Even when you were getting certain results, you still had to figure out that place. And that's why environment is so important. An environment like Twist Your List will give you a real advantage because it's going to be, pretty active, as active as you want to be. I'll be there every day. You can show up when you want. I'm going to look at some questions. Scott asks, what about resurrecting dead lists? I get this a lot. In fact, I had a guy call me today. He has a list that he generated, I don't know, however many years ago through ads and stuff, and, he wants to, do CPR on it. Guys, you can put together a letter sequence. Once you learn to write these letters, you can put together a letter sequence and try to resuscitate them. But I got to tell you, it'd be a lot easier to just start from scratch and build up 100 and, make your profits and stuff like that. Guys, a lead is just a name and an email. Okay, let me be clear. Because we talk about leads and prospects loosely. A lead is really a name and an email. A prospect is somebody that consciously wants to be on that list and is staying. And what I do is I teach you how to generate people that want to be with you. That's the big difference. So, I don't know, Scott. I mean, if you have them and they're sitting in an autoresponder and you learn about the letters, why not shoot them out of series? Why not? But if you're just sitting on this list, you're paying money every month to have them in there, I would get rid of them. And if it's just a file, I would hit delete. That's just me. Depends on how old it is. No, Michael, unfortunately, we're starting the course next week. So the offer will close out on Friday night, so we can do the bonus on Sunday. Roselle, just like always, our shopping cart takes credit cards. We don't process sales in PayPal. So maybe you can connect with a friend and, work it out in your way, but we don't do PayPal. Unless you have a PayPal debit card, and then you can go ahead and pay with that. Yes, absolutely. Adam's asking, can someone take this course and offer even though they are in the process of trialing MLSP right now and their trial period is not over just yet? No, you can't. You don't want to cancel your MLSP account even if you're still on the trial. You can take the course. Unfortunately, you can't take the trial offer that comes with the course for people that are not members because you already are technically a member. You're just on a trial.
And real quick on that, because I'm actually surprisingly getting a lot of questions on that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, can you just mute real quick? Just while I'm talking. I think it's because we don't have the headset in it. I'm just hearing me like, there, thank you. Just 2 seconds. Guys, for those who are members, I got that question a whole bunch, so I'll just address it now for the hundreds of people on. If you signed up recently in the last 30 days, you physically can't take that offer on the page. So when you go and check out, and you check the box to say, hey, if you were to cancel tonight and try and re-sign up, the system will physically not let your credit card go through. So you shouldn't be trying to do anything funky anyway, but if you do try and do that, your card will be locked out and you won't be able to re-sign up with MLSP. So please, no funky business. If you're in right now and you just got started over the last 30, we're doing that to help people with that CRM because it will come into play with what she's going to teach you. But if you are a member, you go to cancel and you try and sign up, some weird stuff's going to happen with security, fraud, weird things, and it's going to be very difficult to get you back in as a member if with the same card, and it could be a nightmare. So just want to address that to make that very clear for everyone. But you're rocking, Diane. I'm pumped, man. People are stoked. You've got literally hundreds of people who already raised their hand within the hour. This is I mean, I've seen you do this with the code, the AMI Live, and here we are with this, and of course I get the pleasure to see you do this every month. This is going to be, I mean, like you said with your little group that you do for 180 people, watch the leaderboards, guys, over the next couple, 4-6 weeks with what's going to happen with this group, because she will mold the next wave of leaders inside this company, this industry, with what's happening tonight. And that is, for me, what really gets me going and why she's taking center stage with MLSP tonight. So it's just cool, man. Thank you. This is fun to watch.
Oh, no, and I'm so excited to be doing this. And, guys, I only do this with MLSP like once a year, so it's not going to happen again this year. You know, now's the time. And, again, the Sunday night bonus, I'm telling you, you want it. And I'm going to be truthful. I never broke it down that far. I used to talk about stuff, and I just figured that people would do certain things, and I realized I had to take it back all the way to the beginning to get people then to build up, because what we were doing was trying to, like I said, trying to put them in like a junior class when they hadn't gone through freshman year. They had to go through a certain process to get frustrated so that they could build the next process. And it was truly, truly magical. And we had already put this together to do this month because, truthfully, I would have done that course again. But we already had this whole infrastructure put together, so I didn't want to toss this away because, personally, this is my favorite. This is my favorite thing to teach because I think it gives you the most power, okay? You are so powerful if you can write. Nobody can take your business away from you. And, guys, I'm not talking about sales copy, okay? We have a course on that. Brian has a spectacular course on sales copy. That's not what I'm teaching you. Okay, please be clear. I'm not teaching you how to write anything slick. There will be no, you know, price comparisons and this, all the different things that you learn to do in copywriting. If that's what you guys want, if you're a member, log into your back office and go ahead and get Copywriting Mastery. That's the right course for you, straight up. You want to write sales pages, you want to write that type of stuff. I'm writing a different type of letter, a different type of copy. One that's designed to give you long-term residual customers and long-term residual relationships with people that keep coming back over and over and over again. And guys, I have customers in this industry that, well, I have people that have been here at MLSP with me since the day I got here, which is over 4 years ago. And I have people that have been with me for 15 years in different capacities. And I have people that have come and gone and come and gone, but they always come back. It's really powerful. Really powerful. But I'm not teaching you hot copy. Just want to be clear. Right, Bert? No hot copy.
I was like, hot copy? Exactly, like hot potato. You didn't get hot copy tonight.
Copy.
Like, what happened? I just got
story in the mall. Hot topic. Bert and I can't, you know, Bert, before the webinar, I was like warming up with some tunes. I did a little Tina Turner, little Simply the Best, right? And then I did a little Mambo No. 5 because it was just kind of, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. So, and then, you know, I'll teach people on Sunday night about Julie, your cruise director, and then we'll do a little love boat.
Right,
Good.
that's always good.
Did
That's
you
a
see
good.
that
That's
article
a,
about her
that's a good
recently? She
No,
said
what's up
she's
with
only got
Julie?
$5,000.
Oh yeah, she was a drug addict in the 70s.
Oh yeah, it was.
Julie, your cruise director, major drug addict. I don't know if she is now. I don't want to gossip. This is not extra. This is MLSP, so that's not where we're going. You guys, you know why I let Justin hang around with me? Because he's amused by my jokes and I'm amused by his. So it's like a mutual love festival. And then Bert and I do like tunes.
right. We
Keely,
have like,
you gotta come up with a. We need a. And Linda and I just yell at each other or whatever we do. And so Keely, we need a love connection.
Okay.
You know?
We'll work on that.
All right.
Well, the whole thing with me saying yeah, but doesn't exist. Christina's not
no,
around.
you're right. Linda was Miss Yeah, but she's been cured. Has Christina Irvin been cured? I don't know. So, guys, the thing with the trial, I know a lot of you guys, when there's a sale at the store, you ever go and buy something and then the next week the thing goes on sale, right? And you're kind of like, oh, man, you know, whatever. And if you went in, they probably could adjust you or whatever. But most of the time, it's like too big of a hassle to go back and this and that. It's like this, guys. There's always going to be an offer. There's always going to be a different thing. This is the offer right now. It's a special that we have going on, right? And the reason why we're giving people a chance to do it is because I asked Brian to, because I want to work with them with the CRM. But if you guys already have an established account, like, why would you want to dismantle it and, you know, and start all over? You just want to stay where you are. You're in the right place at the right time. And just sign up for the course. Don't worry about it. Okay. What else do we got? I'm new to MLSP and still figuring out sites. I only linked MLSP to Aweber yesterday, and all I'm thinking is how to do Diane's newsletter or email list. How does it fit in? Okay, I'm glad you asked that question because that's a critical question. And good, Lindsay's on. We'll hear from her in a second. Guys, this skill set, if you are here at MLSP and you like really dig the blogs, you dig sites, guess what you're going to need with your blog? People, what are they going to need?
Email.
Right, they're going to need a newsletter, right? Because you have that little pop-up thing that says opt-in. Now, if you want, you can do a kind of a cold market type of thing with sales letters, which is fine and it's good, okay? Because we could do something cold. But see, the whole point of your blog is to build a community around you. It's supposed to be the center point of your community. So if people come to your blog and you send them slick sales letters, they're not going to stick around for too long. Now, if you're running a cold market ad, there's no letters better. We got great stuff. We got campaigns that, you know, you just set it and forget it. Go run an ad, throw the campaign in, throw the letters in, and let it roll. Okay? Awesome. But when you're trying to brand yourself and you're really trying to build a name for yourself, you really want to learn how to write your newsletter. So if you are going to do a blog, do you need this course? Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I'd work this course first and then turn around and then incorporate it into the blog. If you're going to use Funnelizer because you want to build funnels, okay, depending on the type of funnel you're going to build, some funnels are kind of like more of a sales offer that you're offering to strangers, then you should probably get copywriting mastery because that's going to be the better fit for the copywriting that you need. If you're going to build funnels with a video of you on it where you're recommending things and stuff, you want this course, Twist Your List, because this course, again, is going to connect the people to you. Guys, there's two types of, anybody ever go to like a county fair or something like that? You ever go to one of those things or some trade show or something like that? Right, the county fair is only going to be there for the weekend, or the town fair or whatever. Those guys that come in to sell stuff, do you think they care about being friends with you and building a relationship with you?
Nope.
No.
They're there to demonstrate their peeler. It slices, it dices, it cuts, it does this, and it flambés. You know, they're there to demonstrate their product and get you to make a sale, make a purchase then. You know why? Because they're packing up and they're leaving the next day. On the internet, can you operate in a way that you're just driving traffic, they hit it once, they see it, it either converts or it doesn't convert? It is a model, and it's a very effective model. Again, I'll go back to what I told you before. It requires a big skill set. You have to learn how to run ads that actually convert at the right price. You have to learn to do a capture page that actually converts. You have to learn to write the letters that actually convert, and you have to learn how to write the offer that actually converts. That, my friends, is a very long learning curve. Now, can you make a boatload of money if you know how to do it? Yes, you can. But I'm about making money now. Call me crazy, but I have like two little kids that were like, we'd like to eat, Mommy, can I have more? You know, it's like, Mommy, I need shoes. Well, honey, I'd like to, you know, wait 4 years to get you some shoes. Your feet won't grow, don't worry. No, I needed to do something now. So this is very much a now. So, Giovanna, I think it's really about what you're looking for. You know, guys, does this fit in with everything else you're doing? Absolutely. You know, is it taking you off track to just, you know, kind of decide that I'm going to learn to write first? Not really. because if you learn what I teach you in here, your blog's going to be better, your funnels are going to be better, everything you do is going to be better. So you decide.
Good night, Diane. I have to go.
No, we love you, Bert. Be safe on the road.
I have to be off to the
Bye,
next.
Bert.
Bye, Bert.
See you,
Be
dude.
safe. Have fun.
Bye,
Have fun. Say hi to all my friends out there.
The next time I see you on the Sunday webinar and the bonus webinar, there might be baby goats. You don't know unless you're at the
You
webinar.
know, since I am the grandmother, you know I get photos first. I'll talk to Jessica about it.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that part.
I'm negotiating with the woman.
It's all right. I'm out.
Just
Bye-bye.
remember who their familiar relations are. Be careful. Hit the road, Jack.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you later. Hey, guys, we're only going to be here for a little bit longer. We've run really long. I'm just having a good time. What do you got, Justin?
It was
What
a
do you got?
cigar for Bert. It's for
A
Bert.
cigar?
For the baby.
Smoke a cigar by the cement pond? Or be like Clive and reckon I'll have a
I reckon.
cigar.
I love Clive. I love him.
Guys, by the way, you got to buy tonight or you don't get the Sunday night beginning training. The one with all the leads and stuff like that. You got to go do it now.
That's
and then
only
I
good
call-
for tonight?
Yeah.
How long's the course, Diane? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Linda, what do you think? We're just like embracing the world and saying, take your time. Don't worry. I'll just be here.
I know. It's a sense of
I'm a busy woman,
urgency.
Linda. I got things to do. I got people to see.
I know you do.
I have another cruise to go on very soon.
I know, and you're booking an event with a big person.
I got to go to the Bahamas.
You know what's funny, Diane? Somebody saw this earlier. I think it was. I think her name's Tracy, but she said, "Hello, is anybody getting that the Sunday night is just a bonus?" And she was like, flipped out.
In a good way? Like
Yes.
she was like, oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Yes.
I told you guys, rip me off. Come Sunday night, learn everything. Then you know, cheat me, leave. Right? You won't be able to leave because I'm telling you now, I'm like drugs. I'm like crack cocaine. If you come Sunday night, there's no escaping me. So guys, just don't sign up now because if you come Sunday night, you will have such a good time and you will learn so much and you will fall in love with the whole group because it's not about me. It's about these guys that are just doing the do. I did the do 15 years ago, guys. It's about people that are doing it now. They'll melt your heart. I have so many stories. Where did Lindsay go? Did I lose her?
No, I'm here. Can I be a trainer?
Not Linda, Lindsay.
Can I be a trainer Sunday night?
Yes, you can be a trainer Sunday night. You're like the queen of lead generation.
Okay.
You can wear my tiara if you want, but I won't get it to you in time. If I were with you, I'd give you my tiara to wear.
Wow.
I had people earlier that said that they didn't pay for a lead, so how did they join you without paying for your program or their leads? No, guys, they joined the program, but they generated the leads for free. In other words, they didn't run ads. They used my techniques, which are proprietary and secret. I'm telling you, you'll come Sunday night and you're like, that's stupid. And then you're going to hear from all these people that generate all these leads and you're going to go, okay, maybe I should try it. But you will. You'll be like, that's like the technique I gave you tonight. How many of you guys messaged somebody on Facebook and said, hey, I just started a great newsletter on blankety blank. I'd love to put you on it. I think it will help you out. Did anybody do it? No, we didn't do it. We're still watching. Get the course and go do it. You'll have 10 leads by the morning on your newsletter. I'll show you what to do. Facebook group opens tonight. I think it's open. I don't know if they put you guys in there yet or not. Yep. Whatever. I'll be in there. Okay, so they are not paying for the leads at all. Let's see what else. Who all got it? There's no chat. Somebody go look at the MLSP fan page, Justin. Do me a favor. Guys, if you got the course, put it on the MLSP fan page. I want to do like the Jerry Lewis telethon thing. We'd like to thank John for donating $100, so just let me know who's in the course so I can give him some shout-outs, people I like. I'm excited. I want to meet some new people.
Shout out to Steve Krivda.
Krivda? I love Steve Krivda. I love him.
He's in. Yeah, let us know if you're in. That's cool.
All right, yeah, let us know if you're in so I can love you. And if you're not in, go ahead and put that there too so I can give you the evil eye.
I'll be in on Friday, Diane.
What'd you say, Lynn?
I'll be in on Friday.
Oh yeah. You're always in. You're the queen. All right. So as a bonus with Twist Your List, we'll get the step-by-step training on lead generation that was given to the private group in January. Yes, Aisha, you will. Now, Aisha, I'm going to be Very frank and very straightforward. I spent weeks with these people. I'm going to show you this in one night. So they are not paying for the lead video. Or who has speakers on that's playing? Is it you, Lindsay? Oh, God. Chat. Somebody go look at the MLSP fan page. It's on a delay. Lindsay, I'm going to mute you. So you
okay.
Wait. Oh, she's good. Are you good? Lindsay, I'm going to come to you in just 1 minute. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Your story's crazy. Guys, you're not going to get the everyday like that I was coaching these guys on doing it. You're going to get the method, okay? I can't coach you every single day on that because we're starting Twist Your List, but I'm telling you right now, the method's simple. Lindsay, unmute for a sec. Wait, now we can't hear you. You muted yourself. Go scroll to the top of the screen, and there's a button up there. It'll appear magically when you scroll up.
Shout-outs to Karen Wharton, David DeMarco, Megan Wallace, Beth Hartstrom.
Woo! Some of my buddies in there.
Evelyn Keller, Stacy Hall, Jessica Daniels.
Dr. Lisa.
Wow, Dr. Lisa. Lindsay, I don't know what happened. You hit the mute button on yourself.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you?
Lindsay.
I know my computer is going like super slow. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's crazy when
Say that again.
Everything I taught you, was it easy?
No, not at first. It was not. But once you start getting rolling and actually do what you tell us to do, then it was pretty easy.
Let me ask you a question, though. Was the actual thing that you had to do easy, and it was your mind getting you to do it? Was the thing that I told you to do, the very first thing, was it hard? Or
no, the actual stuff you
making the decision to do it hard?
The decision was because it was so simple that it was kind of crazy to believe that it would actually work.
A lot of people think it's almost beneath them. But guys, I want to remind you, I flyered bathrooms. I littered bathrooms for a long time. So, and I'm happy I littered bathrooms now because do you know how much I appreciate being able to type an email and make money like I do? It's a miracle because I used to litter stinky bathrooms. So, Lindsay, tell everybody what happened to you in January. You have an amazing story. You guys were like the tag team. You guys were ripping it up.
Yeah, I mean,
not Linda, Lindsay. Lindsay.
I started in January and I struggled and I've never made a lead online at all, and I'm pretty new to network marketing, and as of to date I have over 250 leads that I've generated from doing what you told me to do.
It's crazy, right? I know you're pretty new. Do you understand that nobody does that? I mean, I don't know that you do.
I didn't know. I just did what you told me to do. So, but when everyone goes, congratulates you, you're just kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
Because you didn't know that nobody does that. Most people struggle like crazy to get any leads forever, for months on end. And you showed up, brand new. You guys are like the tag team, a bunch of you girls just kind of going at it and having fun. And the first steps were kind of like, this stinks. But then we let you personalize it and have a little fun, and you were having a ball. And you're very, you've attracted a lot of people, and now we can take you to a whole nother level so that the people are saying, hey, can you show me your MLM? Wouldn't that be great? The people just started going, Lindsay, what company are you in? And not because they're trying to prospect you or sell you something, because they actually want to be with you. That's the secret. So that's awesome. Now, do you have kids at all?
I do. I have a daughter. She's 8.
Awesome. I got to meet Nicole's daughter today, so that was awesome. So I love it. Congratulations. You did just terrific. Any words of wisdom for this crowd about, following directions from me to give them a little hope?
Literally do exactly what Diane says, no matter how petty you might think it is. She knows her stuff. Follow it to a T, and that's all I can say.
Good advice. Question, somebody asked, will this be in the back office later? I'm a weirdo. I don't know until after I finish the course whether it's something I want released or not. Because some courses I think are fine, the recorded version is fine, and some courses I think need to be more hands-on. I won't know until I'm done whether I will have MLSP release it at some point. To this day, the Guru Code, which I did a year ago, has not been released again. I will release it at some point with new live sessions because I think I have to be there with people to learn those things. This one, I don't know. But what I do know is that if you get it tonight, you're going to get the beginning course on Sunday. And I can't tell you. So sorry, and I'm not fooling around because everybody knows the Guru Code's not available. People have been asking me for a year. When's it coming out? I don't know. We'll see. If you failed in a business, is it possible to start over? 100%, absolutely. And sometimes I think you're almost better off if you start over from scratch. See, a lot of people, they'll struggle or they'll fail, and then they're trying to start over and piece everything back together. Sometimes it's just easier to get a new boyfriend, new girlfriend, new partner, new dog, whatever. Sometimes it's just easier to start over. And this would be a perfect place to start over. Absolutely incredible. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. I'm not sure, Ken Beckford. I'm not sure if I understand because I see a statement instead of a question, but it starts with what. So yes, you're right. What we're doing is we're connecting the right market into our newsletter, right? Because I only deal with people that are in home businesses. You might only deal with people that are ballerinas because you sell tutus. You might deal with only people that are looking from, that live in a certain geographical area. You guys are going to learn how to pick and choose because a lot of people are really confused about who they should be talking to, and they've been taught all this stuff about avatars and this and that. You know what? I invite people to my newsletter and direct them to my newsletter based upon their interests. If they're interested in home business or improving their home business, I let them know. Maybe you're selling hair care. Maybe they're interested in that. Great. Invite people who are interested in nice hair. Maybe you're selling cosmetics. Maybe you're selling this. Now, I teach attraction marketing, so I always like to lead with generic information and then show them my opportunity on the back end. But you're going to be able to make some decisions. You're all grown-ups. Let me teach you a concept and then decide how you want to put together your newsletter. And here's the cool part. Worst case scenario. I'm going to give you 10 letters to get started with, and I'm basically going to show you how to write some basic letters, and I'll just give you the stuff. And then you can grow from there because you can get going right away. So that's that. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, this is how I do what I do. I'm not selling you a theory. Please be clear. I'm not selling you a theory.
But you're going to tell us the secret you taught Bert that he was talking about?
Not Sunday night during the course I will. Yeah.
But during the course you're going to do it.
Yeah, let me look and see what unit it's in. It's in here. Hang on. Linda wants a secret. Linda wants a secret.
I want all your secrets, but I have to do something to get them out of you.
You know what, Linda? Here's the easiest thing. Here's what people don't understand about me. Bert does. I think Justin does. Justin, how open am I about everything?
Open book. Just ask.
Well, that or you have to execute something because I can't.
That's
my
it.
line is I can't teach you how to swim if you won't get in the pool.
I've been executing for years.
Absolutely, and I've been teaching you for years.
I'm in your best secrets.
Linda, see, you have to get to a place where you've done certain things so that the secrets make sense. You'll see. Okay, where is it? It's in here. Mix and match. It's in module number 5. Mix and match newsletter bingo. Okay. Which is clearly my copy, not Brian's. Yes, Terry, that's exactly what we're doing. Sunday night, I'll give you the concept behind generate. Guys, generating leads is as simple as saying to someone or putting in a video or doing different things, creating content. You know how we learn how to create content? We have tons of training in MLSP. But you'll notice in my content, go look at my YouTube channel. I'm like close to 600,000 views over there or whatever. Go look at my YouTube channel. 99% of my videos say, hey, I have a great newsletter. Go over to Diane Hochman. Go look at them. Once in a blue moon, I make one that sends someone somewhere else. 99% of the time. Now, I like the system campaigns when you're starting out. If your newsletter's not up, send them over. Our done-for-you campaigns that we have here. But 99% of the time, I'm saying go get on my newsletter. It's not fancy, is it? It's not slick. I'm not sending them to a fancy-dancy capture page. Go get on my newsletter. And a lot of times when I'm talking to people, how many people put it on the, I'll put it on the fan page. How many of you have had me say to you, are you on my newsletter? Everybody. How many times have you seen me write on my wall? I did it today. I offer really great stuff to my people on my list. My people who opened my emails this week got incredible advantage. I'm always saying, are you on my list? Are you on my list? Hey, I have something coming out tomorrow. Are you on my list? Are you on my list? Hey, are you on my list? And I'm constantly, people always go, I didn't know you were doing, like the beginning. Everybody's like, I heard about it. It's like the 17th, they want to get into the course. I didn't know, I just found out, can I get in? I'm like, you're not on my newsletter. If you started to believe that you had something of value to offer, and you started to believe that you were the go-to person, and you started to believe that you were going to collect information and find the best things for people, and everybody you talk to, you believe, now I don't care if you get on or you don't, but I believe that you got to be on my newsletter. And because of it, everybody gets on my newsletter. Now I send out good stuff too. I don't just pitch them every day or whatever. I send them all kinds of cool stuff. So when people are not on my newsletter, it's like the kid goes, I want ice cream. Sorry, I told you you had to, make your bed if you wanted ice cream for dessert, Johnny. Maybe tomorrow you'll make your bed. Guess what Johnny starts doing? Making his bed. Because if I send out some ridiculous free thing or some great offer to my list, and people go, oh, so sorry. I offered you my newsletter. You didn't go get on it. So I'm a tough butt, Everybody else is like begging and trying to convince people. I just put out such good stuff that people talk about it. I'll show you there's 10 letters. You don't even have to make this stuff up. Everybody thinks they have to create it. No. All you got to do is find it. Karen, the product's not comparable to AMI because it's a completely different topic. So maybe refine that question a little bit. Guys, I'm only going to take a few more questions. We're pretty much done. We're going to close it out. Product's not comparable to AMI because it's a different topic. One is the Bible of attraction marketing, and this is, how to twist your list. Two different things.
Steve Osher's in, Ruby Torres, Lisa Torres, Summer Nelson, Brian Garcia, Clive Jeffrey.
Lisa Torres is going to be in my thing because I'm like, she's going to make me work out with her or something. Because she's like working out with, did you see her? All right.
I love Lisa's dog. Her dog is so cute.
Yeah.
They have dogs in the pictures, too.
Oh.
Lisa's a marketing genius, but she's an NYC girl. Moved out like me, but I don't understand your question, Lynn. Maybe restate it, and I'm happy to answer it. Okay. Ernest, yeah, you can buy advertising and still build your list this way. One of the most fun ways, and here's how you can do a mix and match with MLSP trainers. Learn how to do video ads on Facebook leading to your personal newsletter. You can get penny views. I did all week because I did run some ads this week, and it was penny views. What if you paid a penny to have lots of people in network marketing or in whatever your field is see your video, and in your video you said something helpful. You said, come on over to my newsletter, I got more good stuff. If it's a penny, heck, even if you did,
Is that how you made it on the leaderboards? You've been on the leaderboards for leads.
Because I did some certain things as well. I did a lot of things this week. Linda, I work now and again. Most of the time I go I work. You know when I work? Guys, when your company's launching a new product, right? Like your MLM or whatever, is it time to work?
Yes.
There's certain times to work and there's certain times to goof off. When Ray was doing the 3-minute expert launch, I worked. You know why? Because it was good. It was it's a huge software launch. It was incredible. I worked because I knew it was an opportunity. I'm closing in on L7. I'm right around the corner. Mr. Finale, I'm going car shopping. I'm very close. And
we've all got our bets on who's going to do it first. I'm not going to tell you who chose who, but I
know that somebody else is close, but you see, right now I have a whole bunch of people in the hopper that aren't visible, so I don't know.
Okay. Let's do it. I believe it.
We'll see. So yeah, can you advertise? Sure you can. Absolutely. Portia, if you can't attend Sunday night, it will be recorded for those of you that make the purchase. And Brian will decide the deadline. As far as I'm concerned, it's tonight. He might, he's the king, so he can decide what we're doing. He didn't know I was going to throw this bonus in, so I kind of caught him off guard. And Portia, I would love to help you change your life. I can't do it for you, but I can guide you and direct you and believe in you. How about that? How about I believe in you? Because that's what I'm willing to do for all of you. I believe in each and every one of you, because if I did this, I'm telling you, I joke about it. I'm sitting, this is the end of my dining room table. I have to take a picture from the other end. I have a room that I set up as an office, and I now have my walking treadmill desk, which I use today. So you'll see me working in there. But this is my house. This is where I concoct things. This is where I get ideas. And the reason why I like to work in this room is because when I'm cooking, I can get in the kitchen quick. If I go upstairs into the room set up with my office, then I can't smell if something's burning. So, you can make her fancy and make her a lot of money, but she's still going to want to be in the middle of the family, even though they left me. Okay. Thank you. I've been told I'm a breath of fresh air. Guys, I like to keep it pretty straight. I didn't have time to mess around. You don't have time to mess around, guys. This is your lives. Take control. And they also said wax on, wax off. 6 weeks is the official course. First unit comes out next Monday. And then there will be a couple of bonus sessions, which will either work in during the 6 weeks or right after. Yeah, after you get the course, you'll log in from the back office of MLSP. I believe the bonuses are already in there. Pam, right now, the bonuses are available till Friday, and then what we always do is we look and see what's going on. Sometimes people are in a jam or people need to get paid or something like that. Let support know, like if you're really in a jam but you want it. We do the best we can, but remember the course is going to start, so I like to get you guys in and get you acclimated because you have some pre-course work to do. You have a couple videos in there that you got to get done. It's not a lot, but a couple of concepts I want you to have under your belt. Connie, the main course is recorded this time. It's not just all live. It's recorded. I did this in January with the guys. It's recorded, and then the Q&A sessions are to be announced. But the main course is available 24 hours a day. And Connie posted at 11:11, so we should all make a wish. It's not 11:11 anymore, but Ellie, you'll find out information in the morning about those of you that are My Lead System Pro affiliates. If we do decide to keep it open, we'll let you know how you can promote the course if you'd like to. I think that again, you might want to put on the fan page, mlspfanclub.com, say, hey, Brian, keep it open, we want to share it with some people, keep it open. I might even come out and do another webinar if you guys want me to. So you let me know. I mean, if you want me to, I'll do it. Absolutely. Brian, what do you say? We going to keep that bonus open until tonight, or?
A lot of questions about that, and rightfully so. It was a pretty sexy bonus. It's the first time of me hearing it. It's up. I didn't. What do you? You
know what? I think that most people get paid by Friday. Some people are saying I need to get paid or whatever. I'm comfortable with Friday if people are serious about this. But I need accounts. You know what I mean? I need to have an idea of who I'm dealing with. Guys, I'm a teacher. Okay, so I need to have a vibe on what I'm dealing with, the numbers, etc. Because the way I calibrate everything, the way I set up the curriculum, I've given you guys guidelines of what the units will be. I could change them slightly. We'd cover everything between because I have to look at the numbers and because I want to be able to touch all of you. So if you guys are serious, we could do it for Friday. But then I kind of have to make plans. So let's help out the people that didn't know this was coming tonight. That's fine. I would encourage you guys, though, if you're prepared to get it tonight, you're going to take the course, get it tonight because there's a couple videos I want you to watch. And what I don't want you to do is kind of I hate the word behind because we're never behind, and you could always catch up on anything you want. But I'd like for you guys to understand these concepts before we start, because then it saves me time in the course.
The universe is perfect. It's never behind.
Exactly. Linda, how many times have you heard me say that? We're not behind.
We're not behind. We're not overwhelmed.
Okay. Linda has definitely been been listening to a lot of good stuff.
I pinch myself every morning now when I get up.
Hey, speaking of which, Brian, we never got on the page. I sent you over. Guess what? Would you guys be crushed if I added another bonus? We do have another bonus. I somehow didn't end up on the page, but there's going to be a bonus session with Larry Hockman, my husband, 25-year experience.
What's on the page?
You give stuff. What, Justin? Why are you laughing?
That's awesome. You just did
because
a,
Linda just
what,
said
there's more.
she has a behavior that she uses when she gets that feeling. Well, we want to make sure you all learn that, because there will be times where you'll have that anxiety, and we want to teach you how to manage it. Because you're going to be like, I know I should write a letter, but I can't. I can't write a letter. We're going to teach you how to get yourself to write the letter.
I love Larry.
I already learned that, but I'll go through it again.
Well, yeah, always do. Always do. Yes, the lead gen training, I'm going to teach it in one night. I'm going to give you guys all the concepts. Really, I could have taught it to them in one night. It's just that they went out and executed over the course of time. But you're going to be with me for 6 weeks, so you can go out and execute it. You'll be fine, because it'll all integrate with the course. It'll be fine. I'll be able to support you through the whole thing. So you'll be good. So, Milka, we just said you'll be fine if you go for it tomorrow. Again, the sooner you can, the better, because we want to get you on those pre-course training. Edward, here's what's great. He just started MLSP, and what we're so excited about is we just revamped our whole Getting Started training. You can do your Getting Started. Brian, how long does it take to go through that? Half an hour?
Yeah, but seriously about that.
Yeah, so you can get through your Getting Started training in about a half an hour. You can get into this course and let me walk you through and then learn these skills, and then while you're doing that, you can go ahead and start setting up. Guys, I would get into capture pages and all that stuff, but I'm not going to in the spectrum of the course, but I'll support those of you that are familiar with it or have gone through the MLSP training. Not everybody who's taking this course is an MLSP member, although why I don't know, especially with the 30-day trial. So I'm going to focus on the personal newsletter skills. But if you're just getting started in MLM, I really will be able to support you through the process. I think you'll find that it'll be a very good fit. I really don't think you're going to get it all overwhelmed. I think being in part of something structured in the beginning is going to make a real difference for you. The question is, do I need to understand attraction marketing first before I take the course? Guess what? I hate to say it because I never call myself this, but they do call me the Queen of Attraction Marketing. I have a magic wand.
No kidding! No kidding!
No, it's late. Brian's like, we have 7 minutes and we're done, so we're done. Listen, guys, if you hang out with me, you will understand.
I live to serve you only.
Oh, Brian wants to get back in the hot tub, man. He wants to get back
from
in
the
the
webinar in about 2 minutes.
Where did I learn all this? Where did I learn all this?
If you hang out with me, you can't not understand attraction marketing, because every time you say something that's off track, I'm going to go, okay, we're not understanding attraction marketing. Let's go over it one more time, and I will repeat it over and over. Wax on, wax on, wax on. Like people will say, are those leads for MLSP or are those leads from your program? You don't understand attraction marketing. Let's go over it again. Wax on, wax off. Leads come through, they apply to everything. We're going to learn to communicate and find out what they need and then show them what they need.
Hell is.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Miyagi.
Justin, guess what somebody just asked? They wanted to know, will this be recorded? The answer is yes. Ruth Sheridan's here, and she said she got 102 leads this month working with us, and absolutely, this is your next step. This is one, right, Brian? Seriously, I didn't brag about this. These results that we got this month are stupid, and I really do think I need to show you what we did, because we may want to.
Yeah, I listen to all the testimonies. I'm hearing what's going on here. This is, you guys, if you can do 100 leads a month with a little of Diane's coaching, that should get you out of your job, hands down, lights out. If you can do that 2 months, 3 months in a row, there's no reason that can't fire your boss, and you can go do something very, very exciting.
And by the way, these are all targeted leads. They're all leads from inside the industry, and the more the people work with me, the more they can learn to tweak the caliber of who they're talking to. Yeah. But they're all 100% targeted, all 100% free, and I would really, at some point in the future, love to get a group together and do a training and put it in the back office just for posterity to serve the community, because this stuff is hot.
Clearly, I mean, I'm blown away. Linda, all you guys doing. Lindsay, I need a new video from you. Your video is so cute and adorable, but it looks it's stretched. But Linda and Justin, you guys, I mean, everyone I went through all those videos and watched them. It was it's inspiring. You guys you're up to some cool stuff. It's very cool.
Diane, I left out that like 90% of my leads gave me their phone number too.
Oh, so it's because you're so cute, Keely. It doesn't happen for a disclaimer. Keely's really cute. Not everybody gets the phone number. I'm just saying. Just saying, you know, because that has not been my experience. But you know,
that is my secret.
When I wear my boa, I get more numbers. You know.
I trot my kid out.
I have a great training about Instagram. Leave me your number. It's like finale in the hot tub tonight. Come on.
Right.
Do that again.
Let's finish. Okay, guys, the main unit for the week is recorded. I'm not promising you, but right now we're probably going to drop them on Mondays, and then we're going to schedule the Q&As. We might rotate the times because we have a lot of Europeans and stuff, so that will vary. Everything's recorded. Everything's recorded. Oh, by the way, you don't have to ask me. For 6 weeks, don't ask me once. It's just recorded, because I will pinch you, and not in a good way.
Be recorded.
Yes, Connie's asking, the app on your phone, you go in the Play Store or your App Store. AWeber's app is called, just search for AWeber Atom, A-T-O-M. A-T-O-M. Or just go on aweber.com and use their help and it'll explain it. Love AWeber's help. Real people, very good. Okay. Chad, I don't know what the future will bring. This is the offer right now. I said before while Brian was away, I never know until I finish a course whether I think we should make it like a permanent part of the library or whether it's something that should be just only offered with me physically present. So I don't know. Don't know yet. Alana, this course is beneficial to anybody that wants to learn to communicate with their prospects better. So do I feel that it would be beneficial to a real estate agent? Yes. Will many of the examples that we're using be more home business based? They will be. But if you're in the course, I certainly will make sure that we have some example for you. In fact, it's funny, my daughter's looking for an apartment in New York City, and one of the MLSP members is a real estate agent in New York, so I reached out to her, and we just started talking about marketing. Because guys, when you know how to market, you can market anything. You can take me and Brian and drop us anywhere. I have 2 minutes. I'm going to finish these questions, and then we're done. So most of these I answered already. Here's a great question. What can we do if we can't buy the course tonight? Here's what you guys can do. You can hold your head up high. You can get into your MLSP back office and dig into the resources that you have. You can get to work. You can do the do. And instead of lamenting, guys, we never think about what we can't do. We think about what we can do. But I just want you all to make sure before you decide that you can't, that you really can't. And that's a big thought process. I'm not going to close people and convince them. But if you can't, guys, there were times in my life where I couldn't do something. That's okay. Look, I'm here. And you'll be where you want to be too. But for those of you that can, I'm telling you now, there's nothing better than this skill. It will never go away. Never.
Say, I don't know how, and figure it out.
Hey, Arlene, if you registered for this webinar through Sandy, then you can go ahead and go right to the link that Brian's put up, and it should go directly through Sandy. If you have any doubt whatsoever, message Sandy and ask her for her direct link. Guys, all of you, if you're an affiliate, your direct link is your username.twistyourlistpro.com. But if you've registered properly, it shouldn't be an issue. Your order should go just fine, especially if you're already a member underneath Sandy, then it'll happen no matter what. But if you're concerned, you're super worried, now your referrer might be asleep right now, so I would say order it, and then if there's a glitch, we'll get it taken care of. Let's see. Christine, yeah, you could buy it now and then watch it later. I mean, you'd miss out on the fun of the interaction, but I still think it's valuable. Sure. No, Carol, you don't need to take Attraction Marketing Intensive before Twist Your List. Attraction Marketing Intensive is an in-depth course about attraction marketing for those people that truly, truly, truly want to master it. I think, in college, there's some courses that have to be taken in order and other courses that can be taken together, and other courses it doesn't matter which order they go in. It doesn't really matter which order you go in for this particular thing. So yes, Terry, we just decided you can come. Guys, it's 12:01. I'm leaving you. Excellent. Lyndon's overly confident about what's going on. That's good. Yeah, Jill, this is a premium course. In My Lead System Pro, we have an incredible training library and weekly live webinars that are absolutely included in your membership. Periodically, some of the top leaders come out and do an additional coaching, more hands-on, more access to the leader. So it is a premium course, and we have those now and again, a couple times a year. Yes, you have access to everything forever, Michael. Your account will always be here. You can always log in and get access to the course. We've been here for 8 years. I shouldn't say forever, but I think we'll probably be here forever, Brian. I don't foresee anything happening unless the world blows up or something. Lisa, all people who have signed up for the course will get information on what time Sunday. Deanna, you're going to learn about generating leads, but that's not what the bulk of this course is about. This course is about how to communicate with the list, how to cause the people to connect with you, ask about your opportunity, show up to events that you point them to. It's basically an email marketing list building extravaganza. Okay.
A lot of questions about the Facebook group, guys, just both in chat and on Facebook. Rhonda, our huge, amazing support leader, is on right now, but we're going to do our best to Diane, can you mute that for, oh, there it goes, maybe it wasn't you. Thank you, whoever just did that. We're going to do our best to approve people over the next 24 hours. Please don't be offended if we can't get to you specifically tonight. There's hundreds of people who requested, and we don't just go in there and click accept. We actually our team cross-references because we want to make sure that group stays intimate, tight, so of course they can get access to Diane, and only those who bought the course can get in there. So please, if you send in a request, just give us 24 hours to go through and make sure that you bought the course. And we'll get you in there, and I guarantee you, Dan isn't going anywhere. She'll be there when you get in there, I promise. But thank you to everyone who stepped up and decided that they wanted to learn this whole list thing, because it's a big deal, like Dan said. And if you take everything away, the one thing that you cannot get rid of, lose the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitter, even the blog, God forbid, right? But you don't have anything if you don't have a list. If you're an online marketer, that's where the money is, and that's it. And this is a course that I haven't seen anyone put together to the degree that it's put together here from a gal who has the results. I think it's refreshing to know that you don't have to go out and get 100 leads a day. You don't have to go out and build a list of 100,000 people to build, or even 10,000 people to really build a multi-six-figure business. I think that is a paradigm shift for most marketers, because it's not. When I was taught, Diane, in 2005, you make about $1 per subscriber on your list, and I still hear that thrown out there. So, I mean, do the math.
I make quite a bit more, but I have the smaller list. So,
I mean, truly, this is it is shifting what people believe is possible with an internet marketing business and a list, and you're learning it right here from someone. I know you've never taught this the way you're going to do it in this course. And it will change the way you do business. It is very exciting. I'm going to close
with this, and guys, it's late, so we have to. I tried to answer as many questions as we could. Here's the deal. I teach the simplest, straightest path to the money. Okay, there's many more incredible things that you can learn as you progress in your career. But if you learn these concepts, you will be in profit and you will make money, and then you can get as fancy as you want. If you start with fancy, you will go months and months and months without income. I've seen it over and over and over again. I don't want to be discouraging. I want to be uplifting. If you start with the fundamentals, you will be rock solid and confident, and then everything you try to take on after that becomes a piece of cake. I can do anything. I choose not to. Of course I can build a funnel. Of course I can blog. Of course I can do this. It's just that I go to the straightest path to the money. And the reason why is because I only had a little bit of time. I didn't have time to take the detour. I didn't have time to take the route. And today, I'm just lazy now because I learned how to do this and I can get away with it. So it's not that I don't think it's great. I do. And I wish I had the patience. I'm ADHD, guys. I can't sit and, like, I made a funnel for Larry the other night, and it took me 15 minutes, and I was like, and I did it, and he finished it, and he got like 100 some odd leads. I like using the webinar software because that's easy because I can do it in 2 minutes, you know. I'll run a webinar and get 100 leads so I can just run my mouth. So that's it. Guys, if you learn these, and by the way, do they translate in talking? Does the same skills happen when you're talking to people? Absolutely. Do the same skills happen when you're blogging? Absolutely. Do you use the same skills when you're posting on Facebook? How come somebody can post on Facebook and they get 100 likes and comments and shares, and somebody else posts on Facebook and it's like crickets, 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 because of these skills? I'm so done with you people. I love you all. But Larry Hochman, my kind and beautiful husband, bought me a bottle of my favorite wine that I was not allowed to have a drink of until after this webinar. It is now 12:07. It's looking at me and it's winking. And I know I'm going to pass out right after I have a glass of it. So that's it, you guys. I'm really excited for those of you that are going to be working with us. For those of you that are scrambling, you know, get it in by Friday. We'll keep the card open. I'll pester Brian about it. I always make you the bad guy. Do you like that in my marketing angles?
Okay.
I make you the bad guy.
I'm cool with it after this long. I'm good.
He's the bad guy. I'm the good girl. He's the bad guy. Corporate's always mean, and I'm always nice. No. It's like daddy's mean. I really want all of you that can do this. It's $117 to get into the course. And like I said, come down Sunday night, you know, and nibble and see how you feel about the environment. It's going to be one of the most uplifting, empowering environments. But I will tell you guys, I'm motherly. I will not let you off the hook. I won't chase you down if you don't show up. But if you show up and you're working, I'm watching. In fact, I caught a, not caught, that sounds bad, but the other night somebody was promoting this webinar and they had completely the wrong link, and it was over. And I saw it and I caught it, and I messaged her and I said, hey, you got the wrong link, fix this up. And she's like, I can't believe out of hundreds of people that you're working with that you noticed little old me. And I said, I watch all of you like a hawk. Like a hawk. You think I don't know who you are? I know who you are. You think I don't care who you are? I care who you are. And if you show up and suit up, or who said that this week? Somebody said it on the wake-up call. Show up and suit up. If you show up, I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to watch what you're doing. There's a good chance if you want me to, I'll sneak on your list. And I'll see what you're up to. Not because I'm spying on you, but because I'm trying to help you. Everybody wants to be in the guru's list. I'm in my students' list. 12:09. I'm turning into a pumpkin.
That was Bert, by the way. I remembered that too. Show up and
was it Bert?
Man, that's really, really
I knew
good.
somebody said it this week. I knew there was somebody, because I'm suited up tonight.
You are. You're looking good.
I think we're going to have some new honey badges this year.
I think so too, especially with this being 5 or 6 months right before Live the Dream or so, which gives you plenty of time to get to 10, 20 leads a day with what we're going to teach, or she's going to teach you, and then to really massage, manage, and communicate, talk with that list in a way that will, well, you guys do the math. We don't need to beat a dead horse here, but I'll just throw my 2 cents. I know this is going to I get excited when Diane, really when all of our leaders do live stuff. We only do it maybe 6, 7 times a year. They're really handpicked, but they're unique courses. They're things that I believe is going to bring the most highest level of service and value to the community. And this is where it's at, man. When you just take a look at her track record and what she's been able to do, and then you keep in mind the size of her list. Like it's not rocket science, man. For a couple $100, you're not going to learn this from a textbook. You're not going to learn this really from anyone else out there, because I don't see anyone else doing it. If you have the results she has, your list is 50,000 and above, period. At least I got a lot of very cool, wealthy entrepreneurs and online business people just in here, not even in this space, in Austin, that we hang out with, and this is unreal. And then, of course, a ton of I get to play around with, and some of my dearest friends are internet marketers that do what Diane does, and this is unheard of. And it gets me excited because it's going to go. We can only do so much here. To have someone like Diane teach this life-changing stuff is a ripple effect that will go on. You know, say 500, say 1,000, say 1,500 people raise their hand before we close the doors, man. There's going to be some bosses that lose some employees over the next couple of months because of this course, and it's going to be freaking cool. And that's what it's about. So, Diane, we'll let you go enjoy that wine. I'm going to push everyone over to the website. There's no timer on the site. Diane and I honestly didn't even really talk deadlines, guys. I don't know what's going to happen, but if I were you, if you want in, to be sure you're on the webinar Sunday. I know she said till Friday. I sincerely, I don't know what we're doing, and this is not like a marketing ploy. Get in as soon as you possibly can, and the first module drops Monday. There isn't that much time, but thank you.
And the other reason, Brian, I want them to get in now, because they'll get into the Facebook group, and I have a little chance to get to know you guys. You know, some of you guys I know well and have been with me before, but I want to get to know you. So let's have a couple days to have a little party and get to know each other and have a little fun. And so I could teach you how I work too. I'm strict first week. Oh man, I'm a biatch.
I've seen it. She's not lying. She's not lying. And I always like to end the webinars with a story. I'll just say this, guys. When I first met Diane, she called me. She just was getting started, and I knew of her. She was in attraction marketing. We hadn't met or talked yet, but I was very deep into that space, and so of course knew who she was. And I got a call from her. She just got started. She was starting to doing some stuff inside of MLSP. Can someone mute up again? I'm starting to hear myself like more times. Thank you. I don't know who that was again, but thank you. And yeah, she told me that she signed up a couple people, and she needs to be on stage at the upcoming Live the Dream, and here's why. And I was like, man, that took a lot of guts. Like took a lot of balls. I was like, man, I really can't wait to meet this woman. And I threw out something, I don't recall the number, what she needed to do, and she hit it. She earned her way on stage, and it was funny because I remember her saying on that initial conversation, you guys have something cool, I'm going to do something special here. And you've got to understand how many times I get that a day. And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see what's up. And here she is, 5 years later, 500 grand in affiliate commissions, 4 products, thousands upon, dare I even say, over 100,000 people she's helped just through MLSP, just because I look at the numbers and what we've done in terms of membership. And she did it. She did it. And very few actually, a lot of people talk, trust me, especially at live events, especially around the bars. They get excited they're going to be our next hero. And that's great. I believe it. I said, let's go. Come on. We need more. We need more. Let's roll. And then very few step up, and she did. And I'm telling you, if you want, this one changes lives. This guy right here, I've seen it firsthand over the last 5 years through the courses she's put out. You owe it to yourself. For $117 for you, your business, this is a skill set that does not go out of style. It's not going to change next month. It will be with you for life. That's it, Diane. I'm done. I'm honored you're still here. Thank you for all you do. We're changing lives, and you're a huge part of it. Thank you for everyone being here. I'm going to redirect everyone to the website. If and when you're ready tonight, it'll feel good when you fall asleep, man, if you know that starting Monday and Sunday, a whole new world's going to open up because of what she's going to teach you. I mean, 4,500 people on the list, guys. I mean, the numbers just, I am just awestruck, Diane. I'm going to be in the course. I look forward to seeing all you there. Nothing but love, Lady Hawkman. We'll see everyone very soon in Twist Your List. This call is a wrap. Good night, and enjoy your wine, Diane. You earned it 3.5 hours later. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.